I 100%ed all of Death's Door with its weakest weapon, the umbrella. But what surprised me wasn't the challenge itself. I mean, I already knew I was gonna pull my hair out. What actually made the journey worthwhile was the story itself. What really is behind Death's Door, who or what created it, and the beautiful but very nasty 24 shiny things, 16 shrines, 50 life seeds, 50 seed pots, 5 weapons, and 4 spells, including their upgraded versions. The collectathon was bloody insane, and the truth revealed once we obtained the true ending. All I can tell you is that you have to see it for yourself. Your bird friends step out. It's a crow, and most call him the Reaper. The Reaper traverses the Grey Grim area, with this homeless man ain't having no souls for us, nor shinies, but also leaves him with no worries. Further up, it appears the metal detector ain't a fan of the Reaper, but Paul Blarts, the head of security, does not listen to the machine's opinions. We enter the Hall of Doors, Reaping Commission headquarters, where Badger the Reaper tells us we better get moving, as we don't want to be late. Late? Late for what? Well, look who showed up for work. No worms for you because only the early bird catches them. Alright, never mind. It's your lucky day. I actually have a soul for you to reap. And not just any soul, a giant soul. Think of the commission on that. I hope you haven't forgotten your training. Stay on your talents. Giant souls don't often go peacefully. Dropping in the door for you now. And he indeed drops us a deadly looking door. With a soul that size, you might even be able to afford some time off. But remember, your door will remain open until you return with your designated soul. While your door is open, you will be mortal, and you will age, so get it done quickly. Reaping souls to power the doors, just so we can reap more souls, and the cycle repeats forever. The rat race, eh? Anyway, get to it and be careful. If you die, it's gonna be a lot of paperwork. And I don't have time for that. Alright then, well, I won't let you file too many deaths. Otherwise, this bank teller will have too much taxes. Or, well, vault keeper. That isn't really keeping the vault. But can I blame him? Going up here, and instead towards the door, I make a sweet little right. There it is, lying against the lantern. The one and only umbrella. The only melee weapon we will physically touch in this whole run. The discarded umbrella. I switch out my sword for it, making my attacks worse. That's about it, really. Although overall beating the game with it, trust me, it is significantly harder. Now, an umbrella is probably not very useful in combat, but it will keep your feathers dry and bed weather. And it will be needed for combat anyhow, because I hate myself. Oh, and this is a 100% completion. These other 3 obtainable weapons will still need to be obtained. I give the umbrella a nice bit of a swing and enter our first deadly door. The Grove of Spirits, our assigned soul location. With space you can see us rolling, and you better not be hating as this is allowed luckily enough. We slash this cube to open a gate, and now what is allowed is the bow and arrow. This is not locking us out of the achievement, as it is required for specific puzzles like this one. With the shortcut unlocked, we face the demonic forest spirit. This beast, with its 4 tentacle vines, keeps smacking around 2 for 2, and eventually becomes one bloody Beyblade. As we keep smacking it and it keeps cracking, eventually taking a good punch at its tentacles, the next white spin, it does bring us to our last bit of HP, so we had to lock in for a moment. But as we did, we hit a very exciting little crow dance and see the soul rise. But wait, what's that behind? We earned 100 souls. I think. Your souls. And what are you guys looking at? That's right, back off! We enter the newly appeared door, bringing us to the Lost Cemetery, a forbidden region. Well, that doesn't sound good now, does it? Venturing on into the Lost Cemetery, as we ain't afraid, we see our first life seed, although how will we get there? Well, we continue forward, spotting some, well, very mighty warrior looking crow. However, inside here, breaking some crates and making it to the far left, we collect said life seed. Planting one of these in a green pot will yield a soul fruit, which can be consumed to restore our health. So simpler said, just obtaining the seed isn't enough. But hey, at least we got one, right? Back to where we were. We climb a big ladder and up here we go down. Wow! What in God's name is that headless beast? We strike it, take it down quickly, getting us 2 souls. A bit further, I find our first mass soul energy, giving us 100 souls. Soul energy can be spent in the Hall of Doors to upgrade our Reaper. Oh, that is sweet. I activate a keyhole, getting us a door, but I think some further exploring won't hurt. Like another 100 souls and a life seed. And continuing through the cemetery, whooping these bats and whoever this claw guy is. We find our first life seed pot, restoring our HP to its maximum. Then we hit this block to open the gate, but first backtrack a bit to find the secret area with inside of it an undying blossom. Its stagnant aura is telling of the strange state of this island. This is the first of the 24 shiny things, and I must say, the Undying Blossom is probably the least shiny thing we're gonna find. I grab the key, climb up, and then unlock the gate with up here some trouble. Another headless horseman, but now with a shield on its back. It is dangerous, but so are we. Many more rounds come into play with the claw guys as well, and even some odder looking bats that I don't know why, but they reminded me of the skeleton dragons from Clash Royale. Stacking all these problems together brought us to our very first death. That is very clear. It looks like those unlocked doors are our checkpoint. And it also looks like this crappy umbrella is indeed not made for combat. Sadly enough, all enemies have respawned, but all collectibles we collected before, they stay collected. Plus, all unlocked gates are still open. Oh, and I also learned that them flying bats can fly up, so you're not safe from them once climbed up a ladder. That is just great. Entering the big fight again with only 2 HP left and making 1 HP off that at the first round, you would expect me to fumble the bag. But instead, I became determined and fought through all of these, like what, 6 separate waves of enemies? To once finished, reveal the ladder to progress and place our second life seed in the pot for a HP refill. We truly cannot miss any of these seeds, as if I miss a seed, I will also miss a pot, instantly having us miss 2 collectibles instead of 1. Stat-Hone, the Gravedigger, blocks our path. Oh, a Reaper. My time in this world is over. So what, you just want me to murder you here? Well, respect for you just giving yourself up like that, mate. Unfortunately, I'm still alive. Sorry, maybe if you try hitting me with a harder attack? I got you, pal. We can do a charge attack by holding middle mouse button. No. Still here and still very much alive. Perhaps try a bit of a run-up. Sure can do. We can roll and then do our charge attack for a quick stab attack. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It happens to everyone. I'm afraid I am burdened with unending life. I can't explain it, and I have spent untold years seeking an answer. My name is Stat-Hone. I am the keeper of the graves of this sacred mountain. Oh, and if you do find your strength heightened somehow, feel free to try and kill me again. Yeah, maybe we will kill you by the end of all this, Mr. Stat-Hone. Pretty sweet of your mom for not just calling you Stonehead. Love the originality. At this gravestone lies a guardian at the door, a preserver of order and home to stray souls. Now going up and then following the path downwards, I get some expected trouble. But most importantly, another life seed. Going back up, we now enter the caves for a quick soul mass energy. And now going back down, but instead of going to the right, we go to the left to traverse the old bridge we saw the suspicious Elder Crow walk on, where we push a lever to not only open this gate, but also activate this elevator. And instead of continuing, we turn around this building to go all the way down here to discover our very first shrine. We pray at it, having it brighten up and opening its beak. The ancient shrine offers us a shard from the Vitality Crystal. Collecting 4 will raise our vitality beyond its limits. We get flashbangs with a green light, and from there, can no longer interact with it. So I climb back out of this mess, seeing this crooked wall that appears to be unbreakable for now. So I guess it is going down here for some more horrifying combat. All the more horrifying because of this weak stick meant for rain. And as I spot a life seed in the distance, I clear the rest of the trouble and collect our 4th piece. Instead of jumping down the big ladder, I first go down the smaller one to plant a quick seed for our HP. From there we stumble upon a mage who shoots projectiles and floats away from the bridge, having me trying to hit her and falling off. Luckily this is not an insta-death, but damage has been taken, with it also bringing in some enemies. After its defeat another mage came in. Now it is possible to deflect their projectiles, but honestly, it was no problem. This rolling guy in the pit underneath are also not helping. With this measly 1 HP left and 2 mages called in, locking in is the best thing we could do. Having many more enemies joining us for a bite, it was a close battle, but we were victorious. Carrying on, we unlock a shortcut and the gate to progress. The epic battle. Oh, okay, yeah. So much for the epic battle. Luckily, that shortcut was open, so hey, we can use that. This guy attacks fast and repetitively. You just cannot get close to him, but to restore your bow and arrow, you gotta hit him. Because your bow and arrow works on magic capacity. And we're gonna get some more spells that are also gonna work on that, but that's for the future. On my third try, I was cooking with the dodges, having my guy activate a super mega laser. But I only saw this as an opening to strike. And also having bro firing rockets, flying like a damn rocket ship. But not shortly after, he became ultimate anger castle, dropping the big laser and bombs at the same time. I was close. He was nearing death, but so was I. And I didn't die of all the crazy abilities, no. The standard old swing got the better of me once again. It is such an annoying move, because yes, you see it coming, but every time you close on in, he just does it, making punching him near impossible. And even when he activates his laser thing, he also does damage. You cannot punch this thing. He just doesn't allow it, never. The fight is seriously ridiculous. My guy eats so many punches and arrows, it is unbelievable. And I kept going at him, trust me. But he shattered so slowly until my 5th try, rinse and repeating the same thing and just playing ridiculously safe. The tower had fallen and our Crow Reaper was finally victorious once more. This is the first mini boss fight, not even a main one. But let's see what this Guardian was gatekeeping. Although first we plant a nice little seed in another pot. Oh, and up this casket, we also find a pot, but a shiny pot, an incense. The stuff smells very strong. That is our second shiny thing. I find a locked door that, of course, requires a key. And that key seems to also require 4 keys to be unlocked. Entering this foggy place up here, we see the Grey Crow place an orb on the floating door.
Oh, hello, fledgling. Sorry about the crack on the hatch, but I needed that soul.
Aha, so it was you who smacked me on the head. Yeah, I already had that suspicion.
You see, I was a Reaper just like you. Years ago, my assignment evaded capture. It took many months to track it down to this location. Upon arrival, I discovered it had somehow passed through this door. Inconceivable. Do you know where we are, fledgling? The end point for all life. I thought it was just a legend. As you know, all doors are powered by the energy of souls. Perhaps, with a truly monumental amount of power, even this one could be forced open. Sadly, the soul I stole from you was not enough. I'm afraid that our fates are very much intertwined now. For with your assignment incomplete, your death is now inevitable.
Yeah, and that's all thanks to you, you soul-stealing crow.
Without the soul that now resides behind this door, you are trapped just like me. However, fortune may still smile upon us. This cursed land is hidden to the Reaper, somehow untouched by the laws of nature. The creatures here have the potential to live vastly beyond their years, growing ever larger and more powerful. I know of 3 such beings on this isle whose combined soul energy could grant us the power to wedge this door open. To the north lives an old witch obsessed with escaping the clutches of death. Beyond the forest to the east, a self-proclaimed king rules over the ruins of a flooded cathedral. And atop of the mountain to the west, a beast of untold years, primal and vicious with no want or desire. I am truly sorry to have entangled you, but in my advanced years, my body grows weary. Your path is your own now. Either venture into the wilds and reap those giant souls, or choose inaction and suffer the same fate as this old fool.
Well, damn, Gramps, that is quite the dilemma you're giving us here. but it feels like this destiny, and with the key revealing itself, it honestly feels like we got no choice. So behind the gate is a beautiful lever to create us a shortcut, and we are now heading into the Urn Witch's mansion. Hello. Is this place dark, creepy, and eerie, with that music really settling the tone? Exploring around, I figured I had to make a full right to get up here and light the first torch, with the second down here. Behind the gate is a birdcage, and that is a very odd and eerie way to build an elevator, but it'll have to do. We make it back outside to the estate of the Urn Witch, where I first find another life seed. And as I continue to explore the honestly pretty beautiful estate, I use my bow on this campfire to light up this thing for the gate to open, with behind it officially entering the north door, meaning we are on the right path towards this supposed witch. Up the stairs here I find my first new checkpoint door in literally an hour. It's been an hour since the last door. Oh, plus a little seed pot. Oh, hello there, my big-faced fella. It is quite unusual to see one of your kind upon these isles. I imagine you must be here for a soul. Not me, I should hope. Anyway, it seems our paths have intersected at an opportune moment. You may have noticed, but I have been cursed with an unusual affliction. Alas! Judge me not by the shape of my head, but by the deliciousness of the soup inside. Oh, where are my manners? I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, big face. It would seem that my journey has reached an impasse. I haven't been able to overcome the obstacles ahead and unlock the iron gates. If you would help me move on, I should be indebted to you, as we could push forward together. Yeah, sure, pal. That sounds great. Let's see how we can open them iron gates. And it also looks like we are not the only species having hold of a bow. But hey, first iron gate down. Continuing the rest, no life seeds in sight. Continuing the fireplaces continues the combat with it, but I can make use of them fireplaces to set the enemies on fire, dealing some extra damage over time. Second gate down. Hello, Snap! Oh crap, I have no seeds for this pot! Well, there better be one nearby, because, I am not a big fan of all that backtracking at the end of a game. Continuing the rest, no life seeds in sight. Only me slowly crawling closer to my death. Oh god. Lucky me. This seed will help us recover in no time. And yes, a bit of backtracking later, we have obtained both the seed and the pot plus our HP back. Now, after this whole extravaganza, this appears to be the real iron gate. As we just lit the first flame, I got a handful of extra things to do for the second. Most impressive! Now make haste and ignite the second lantern. You got it, Pop Man. I just meant. Although first, let me crawl through some bushes for a life seed, thank you very much. Second obstacle course, we had some kabooming urns we had to shoot from a distance to not hurt ourselves. Then had some more serious trouble to deal with, but it was okay as I could plant and consume our life seed here, scratching another pot off as well. I deflected one of them projectiles from the mages directly at one of them explosive pots, which I thought was a trick shot worth mentioning. And after the extremely annoying battle, as I must say this umbrella is pretty shit, we finally pulled the second lever for the final torch, opening the gate. Hooray! We can now adventure onwards, my steadfast companion. But first, we shall grant ourselves a moment of respite. Come sit with me a while. The two sit on a bench, with Butthead delving into his own feelings a bit. As I mentioned upon our meeting, I was not quite so earthenware in appearance. This strange curse was visited upon me by the wicked old lady who resides in the mansion beyond these lavish gardens. I imagine you are here for her, are you not? Surely her soul must be swollen and ripe for the reaping due to her unnaturally extended years. I desire naught but to confront the old witch and request she undo her ceramic deed and restore me to my former handsome self. I was quite a looker, you know. Some soup? No? Well, so be it. Let us push on once more. Yeah, I ain't gonna sip out of your head, pal. You might actually die from that. It's kind of having a bit of a Cuphead situation with that one. Anyhow, behind this blockage must be what we're looking for. The wretched witch. And oh, in these pots, projectiles. Very dangerous projectiles. Not fast, but if the pot's not broken with a far-range arrow, it is a guaranteed hit. Oh crap, and I once again have no seed to plant. But I really need one. Jumping down here, grabbing the mass soul orb and flipping the switch to get my bum back up, it seems we are heading the right way toward the Urn Witch's mansion. Although I first make a strong left, as at the far edge there's a life seed for us, and of course, we place it in the old pot we had already discovered. Now, we entered the Garden of Love. With me breaking these pots and just they re-establishing themselves? What the heck? Do we get some sort of puzzle here? It also only happens once 5 or more are broken. Now I opened up the gate, and behind this gate, we will near the entrance of the mansion. That's why we first must backtrack and unravel the secrets behind these bushes. Another shrine. This one lights up brightly red. And the ancient shrine offers us a shard from a magic crystal. Collecting 4 will raise our magic capacity beyond its limits. We once again get a flashbang, this time red. And are now moving past a... Ho there, my friend! I would make a good statue, would I not? Ha ha! Yeah, you would make an excellent statue. So here we are. The edifice may look unassuming, even becoming. However, keep your wits about you. Untold dangers await us in sight. Now, let us dive from the precipice of the adventure and enter the belly of the beast. Together, yes, together, mates, we shall. But first, there is still a secret that is of no use for us, but must be uncovered. It is no easy path getting there, but past this gate enters an arena with a knight holding a mace, and with my 2 HP, I was afraid. Because that was 0 HP in about 0.5 seconds. And oh boy, do I not remember when we got this checkpoint, but it has been 40 minutes since. So I do remember. Luckily we got all the shortcuts, so I made it back there in no time. Now, I was back at it with full HP. And with the mage also having snuck in, I was able to abuse that for extra arrow shots. Should be easy from this point on, right? I mean, the knight literally spams one move and one move only. But that move has a range of 200 bloody meters. And also splash damage. Resulting in my ass, of course, dying. I mean, why wouldn't it? And I was so close too! Like ridiculously close! 2 more umbrella swings and that guy was history! So on my 3rd attempt, I cooked harder than how my mom cooks that goddamn pasta tuna. Oh my boy, my guy was shredded to pieces in no time. With me only taking 2 hits. Which I'm completely fine with. From the arena, I jumped down, I grabbed the quick soul orb and unlocked the shortcut, getting edged by another life seed pot. But that's not what I'm here for right now, as I still had to deal with some sturdy rolling bastards and a group of 4 mages. It was all worth it. And with this gate unlocked, one more battle stood upon us, and with over halfway through it and getting hit to our last bit of HP, I of course wasn't gonna let myself die here. Well, yeah, that made me truly happy. What actually made it okay, though, is that the boss did not have to be beaten again, and neither did those other big fights. So with my HP still full, I of course did beat that battle. And all this trouble got us that pair of rogue daggers we will need for 100% completion, but not for our arsenal as we are stuck with an umbrella. Although these blades can speedily inflict damage to an opponent's death by thousands of cuts. Yeah, great! But we won't use it. With the lever we are back and can now enter the mansion. Oh, you go on ahead. I'll guard the door. Alright, well, best of luck with that, pothead. Inside the ceramic manor, I first unlock our brand new checkpoints and this time enter the door, as this brings us back to the Hall of Doors with the Vault Keeper calling us out. He senses a glut of soul energy and we make our way over to him, where we can trade in those souls to gain an edge in combat. We got 4 different stat boosts, like Strength. This will increase damage done with melee weapons as well as the reach. 2 very important factors, as our weapon kinda sucks. We got Dexterity, which will allow the Reaper to charge their melee and range attacks faster and increase the speed at which melee attacks can be changed together. Haste, increasing our overall movement speed, also granting us faster dodges and less cooldown time between dodges. And at last, Magic. Raising this will increase the damage done with magic spells and ranged abilities. Magic spells? Will our little fledgling learn real magic? Well, for now I upgraded strength to twice, as we will need to make that umbrella a little more viable. Back in the mansion, going up the beautiful staircases, I pick up a life seed. This life seed is important for the one specific pot we saw in the ascent of the Urn Witch. So we gotta head back outside, walk past the boss arena again and plant the seed. From there, we can re-enter the mansion. And then go up one staircase and make a right. We find a locked door. How will we unlock this locked door? Well, we will first talk with the ancient door spirit.
Living Reaper,
Okay then. Did that unlock the... No, it did not unlock the door. Breaking some pots that of course just rebuilt themselves in the room with the locked gate, one of them pots contains an enemy, or well, the pot is the enemy. So we beat the crap out of it and unlocked the gate. Behind the gate were some more pot enemies, which unlocked another gate, and behind that gate were some shelves we could traverse for another life seed. Then, light the thing in the distance to light the other thing from there, to grab this key and discover a brand new room, where I had to break all the glowy pots. To unlock this door, there is a lot of doors to unlock, that's, hence the name I think. Having us burn some cobwebs, plant our seed, and then once again doing a bit of campfiring puzzles to get rid of the next batch of cobwebs. Behind them cobwebs, oh crap, an unexpected mini-boss. This old licky tongue's only weak spot was its tongue. And its attack is a big old chomp, so you have to keep distance while also striking at it. But sometimes it starts blocking with its shields. When you break through that, you can attack him quite a bit and then do a perfect dodge. Maybe fire some arrows between as well. Reflect the quick green orb he spits out, and from there, rinse and repeat. For the first time, I had beaten a boss without taking a single bit of damage, something I'm personally quite proud of. Up here we see this red crow. We free the soul.
It appears we've been abandoned here. I don't think anyone is coming to open the door.
The soul floats up towards the gate. The first of the 4 gems starts to brighten up. It seems we have 3 more souls to free. As I make my way back, who is this pretty chunky lady?
Hello there. Quite unexpected to see a crow around this place. Does this mean the dew is off? What brings an adorable fellow like you into my little house?
Wow, lady. Little? This is a big-ass mansion. I got 3 more souls to free and I thought I already saw half of it. She does not say much more and we cannot talk with her. I smack her as she disappears, genuinely getting a bit of a fright out of me. Well, at least we got a passage dropping us back down to the main hall. With the key, I unlocked the next door, dodged this suicide-bombing urn to squeeze ourselves between these shelves for a quick soul orb. Then snipe some of them glowy urns again, find yet another life seed plus some trouble, but hey, once all of them glowy urns have been sniped, we could continue spotting yet another key, getting rid of another cobweb, and also getting the round thingy to glow up to grab the key. I also used the ladder we revealed thanks to the cobweb burnage, and there we find another life seed pot. And oh, a lever. And it's a shortcut. Hey, that's always welcome. No, not another one of these machines. Really 2 of them Wolverine potheads. You just gotta love it. This was insanely difficult, as the thing is, when you take the old potheads down, they respawn in seriously 5 seconds or less. So killing them had almost no reason. If you killed one and let one live, the other one would respawn nevertheless. Long story short, this led to death. So yes, those shortcuts are indeed very, very handy. But try to back at it kicking. Oh man, oh boy, good golly gosh, does this fight take patience. It is soul sucking. If you want to start going willy-nilly striking, you will not win, it is impossible. The fight is seriously no joke, but after it all, we do spot yet another red crow, freeing its soul.
She said I would live forever, but with a body full of head. No thanks.
So, Pothead chose to live forever with a curse, but otherwise would have been a dead man. I could understand that that'd be a hard dilemma. Oh, but look who's back.
Oh heavens, my house is a mess. My beautiful urns shattered. I must apologize for the state of the house, dearie. I wasn't expecting guests.
The temptation to smack her once again was very high, hence was done, having her disappear in a flash. Now I went back towards the main hall with that key in our pockets. It was time to... Hey, Pothead! Weren't you supposed to guard the door? Oh, goodness. Look at the door. The voids are starting to glow. Was that down to you then? Something you found during your exploration? Of course it was. Go on then. Onward to the other wings. Perhaps you will find even more. You got it, pal. You just keep mopping the floor. That's odd. Why are you mopping her floor? I mean, yes, the floor is looking real nice and shiny, so good job on that, but why? It just doesn't add up. Anyway, for now, we got no choice but to open the next door, grab ourselves another life seat, and deal with a handful of traitorous spots to take down for this gate to open. And hey, the key! Just by lighting these bad boys up, we can already snatch it. But no soul in sight yet, and up here, oh, sneaky! A life seat inside the pile of boxes. Could have missed that one way too easily. Now in this bathroom area, I break this decently hidden glowing pot, but up here I break another practically invisible one. Then in the reflection you can see the door, so we walk through the wall to pray at the next shrine, also lighting up red. The ancient shrine offers us a shard from a magic crystal. We now have 2 shards. 2 more will raise our magic capacity. Thank you, Mr. Shrine. In the big bedroom, I take down another 4 glowing pots to jump down in an area full of enemies. And exploding pots. Up here we can plant a seed. And then, oh no, not another one of you with mages this time. Well, honestly, I don't know. Mages are a lot less of a bother. If you hit them once, you already cancel their attacks. Just punching them once is significantly better than killing them. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I first tried it and freed the 3rd soul. I'm starting to question the authority of our Lord of Doors. Although I might be a bit late given that I'm deceased. He, of course, also rises and fills up our second to last soul problem. Just 1 more left to sniff out. Ah, but of course, Big Graham is here.
Oh, goodness, you're not the cause of all this ruckus, are you?
Oh shit, Toad, those eyes. They kinda tell me enough.
It would not be very hospitable to any beast who would mistreat my children. Treat lightly, Reaper.
I don't know, I'm treading as hard as I will. I didn't go back to the main hall though. I first made a full right toward the, I don't know, theater or something, to flip a switch unlocking a little hole. But first, a quick life seed. The hole was an elevator back to the main hall. Cool, I love it. But we gotta head back real quick as that big urn raised some suspicion on me, and well, it is not an enemy. The large talking pot wants to dance. Oh, never goddamn mind! Yeah, sure, let's dance! Or just die. I genuinely thought he would have had a quest for me or something. However, this time I was prepared and knew he would start off with his little spin. But he was fast, like dodging him as well. Impossible, dude. How do you want me to dodge this? Luckily enough with full HP it is doable as he dies pretty quickly. Still, that was one tough part. But we went onto the flying wooden planks to break the 2 glowy pots for the door to unlock plus a little life seed. A quick little drop down right after because of the stupid mage, and then instead of going through the door, I continue onward from here to find an old engagement ring. And now, I just need to find someone to marry me. Okay. That isn't really funny, you know. But a quick flower pot to restore our health makes it all better, so thanks for that. Then I quickly smack down the chandelier for the mass soul orb. And behind the door is darkness. Now with the 1 fire lighting up, we gotta light up the entire room. Campfire by campfire. With also being haunted by a good amount of bats and even them pot-headed claw dudes. But when we lit up the entire room, we discovered a ladder. First quickly got rid of this cobweb, and up the ladder we discovered... always welcome. We planted another seed, and inside here, the final soul we must free. I don't know, pal. I don't know. But I do know that your soul just lit up the eyes of the crow's door. But I'm expecting someone to appear, and yep, there she is!
Well now, little crow. You have well and truly outstayed your welcome. First you lead my daft grandson astray, filling that head of this with nonsense about curses. And then you come in here and smash up all my beautiful urns! I'm trying to help people.
By giving them an ultimatum, lady? I don't think you are quote-unquote helping.
If you set foot in my basement, there will be consequences. I might even have words with your employer. Although I'd rather not see that old weirdo again. I'm in a lock for it. So strange. Off with you, little crow!
Off with you, stupid grandma. Down the shortcut, I dropped the planet seed in this spot, and now we will enter the door. All the voids are aglow with unearthly light. It is unlocked. If only I had more complete understanding of those doors. Before you proceed, big face, I have a confession to make. The old witch of this house, she is my grandmother. Ah, well that explains the grandson mumbo-jumbo she was on about. She cursed me with a ceramic cranium in a misguided effort to make me immortal. You see, she was stricken with grief when my grandfather passed, and made it her mission to keep our whole family alive forever. Her research led to her belief that replacing one's head with a urn would somehow strike you from death's ledgers. However, I resisted, and during the struggle her spell must have gone awry, for as you can see, I have a pot for a head. I fear she has gone too far beyond her years, and her soul was swollen and gone corrupted. I've seen it happen many times in this land. Many times. As a reaper, I implore you to end her suffering and bring her soul into the next life. Perhaps she can find peace once again. I got you, my pot-headed friend. The door tells us to be wary. And as the door opens up, we enter inside. And it looks like we are back to the main hall doors? Although up here is one big golden chest with inside it... Whoa! It just jumped us up! We entered Avarice. It is a battlefield with a bunch of bots to deal with. When dealt with it, of course, it wasn't the end, only having to take down 2 mages. But with them suicide-bombing bots intervening, we are already back to 1 HP. Although I cooked the mages and had even taken care of the 3rd wave with the ridiculous Wolverine potheads. Alas, the chunky licky-tongue fella had to come along. Nobody asked for him. If you thought I could take that down with also some other enemies intervening with just 1 HP, then you were absolutely right, as we did clutch it up. And now it seems old Chomp Chest was no more, and our Golden Crow appears. He sends a gift upon us. A gift to a fellow crow to aid us on our quest. We have acquired the Flame Spell. I can now switch between my arrows and Flame Spell, and I'm curious what it'll do. Real curious. Well, it is one big fireball, making lighting these things up from now significantly easier. I drop down here for a mass soul orb and find this shiny looking book. This appears to be the Reaper's abandoned logbook. We read, "We've been ordered to disconnect a series of open doors in the region around the recent anomalous energy surge. This area had previously been quite active, with commission members assisting the witch with her research. The order came through and was executed immediately, so I'm not sure what has happened to the crows that were there. All doors have been sealed for now, and outstanding work orders in the region have been manually closed. Quite strange, but it's above my pay grade. I find it better to not ask questions." Yeah, that is interesting. That is interesting. I unlocked the next gate with a fire ability to meet this man called Vaga. I see you've been exploring the old office departments. I used to work over in the east section before I embraced my true life and quit the rat race. Much happier now. But that was one lovely cozy office. You don't seem all too great, pal. But I hope you're doing as good as you said. I also spoke with Badger, another Reaper. "Oh, it seems like you're finding a wealth of souls out here. Where are they coming from? I haven't seen so much soul energy in decades. Maybe centuries. Well, mates, I'm just built different." Up next was me going back to that metal detector from the very start. But what is important is to bring one of these little forest spirits with us. Because if we let it keep following us and bring it past the detector, we get the Ballplard Hall Cop achievement for bringing one of them forest spirits past security. That is our very first achievement of the 24 achievements. Yeah, I needed that little Steam achievement pop noise for a quick dopamine hit. Oh man, this game is big. Then I went far bottom right to light up these 2 things, although I had more mana, so I had to go all the way. And I mean, all the way. Back up them stairs to get back to the place where I had found that respawning urn. AKA the place where we obtained the goddamn fire ability. When I filled it back up, traversed back, unlocked the gates and obtained the skill model of an ancient Reaper door, which honestly, it's pretty sick. It doesn't function and was probably made long ago as a mock-up for the doors. Sweet. And oh, another one of them logbooks. My colleague failed to return from a routine mission. I tried heading through this door to check in on him, but it was sealed shut. Orders from upper management apparently. Sent an inquiry to head office, but they insisted that this was a normal procedure and the case was closed. Still no word from my colleague. He mentioned he was being assigned to assist a powerful witch with some research last time we had lunch. He said he was a bit worried before he started, but it turns out she was quite a nice old lady. I wonder if she had anything to do with this closure. I hope he's alright. I doubt it, pal. Sorry, but I really doubt it. So I went back up to our beloved Darwin, the bank teller, to get her strength up another time. And some magic. Now it was time to quickly head back to the lost cemetery, as we could now burn these cobwebs in here. And down here I reveal a shit. And I mean a shit ton of spiders. Some ridiculous danger, I'll tell you that much. But when at 1 HP, luckily the old fireball spell can pierce through and target as many enemies as possible. And we pulled through, unlocking this gate. But first climbing up here for a mass soul energy. Push this lever to get her outside escape, allowing me to heal up real quick, thanks to the flower having re-bloomed, and then heading back in. Down here and down here to risk my entire life for another soul orb. And then, when I move past the gate with 1 HP, you gotta be shitting me! Why are there so many spider eggs? This is insane! And a flower pot, but I got no seeds. Somehow I took care of the first bit of trouble, for just one measly sad pathetic orb. Then I had to clear another insanely dangerous path to be able to climb up here, to light this bad boy for the gate. And passed! First a stupid amount of trouble that also consists of waves including mages. Oh, and even the rolling stones! Yeah, you know, it had to end somewhere. So I headed back into the cave, although sadly enough all spider eggs have respawned. But since we already opened all the doors, we can pass by them, redo the arena battle, which went fine this time, until we met the new slime enemy. These dudes don't look dangerous until you see their tech shoot ability. Plus, when you kill them, they explode, dealing no damage unless you stay in the toxic cloud for longer than 3 seconds. And at the end, this big chunky spider, who has little eggs on his back, so the more I hit it, the more extra spiders come by for a bite, getting me in a bit of a stressful situation if you haven't heard me talk yet. And his bite is pretty much a target lock. However, we upped, we goaded, and we clutched. Lighting up the next flame to climb up here, deal with some extra annoying spiders, and find the old compass. It occasionally switches and turns off its own whims. It's clearly very old, perhaps the magnetism inside has mostly worn away. From there I drop down and climb this ladder to make it back to the outside area, where it is time to return to the Hall of Doors to go forth on the estate of the Urn Witch. Cause here, we also have yet another secret to discover. We go fully up all the way until we cross this bridge, then take a sharp right, walk past the arena fight that had the knight with the mace, and in this little park there are 4 campfires to light, with our new fire ability to reveal this bridge. Inside the bushes is a pit, bringing us to the second green shrine. Of course offering us a shard from a vitality crystal. We now have 2 shards, 2 more will raise our vitality. Now we traverse all the way back into the mansion, making a full right, and outside of the fireplace area is another one of these. And when lit up, we reveal a secret passage. Climbing up and traversing these very narrow planks while a mage is bothering us, all of it rewards us with an old photograph. What a lovely couple. I wonder if they lived happily ever after. From there we exit the mansion to now make an instant left, as this one is the craziest one so far. On the back of the old photograph lies the answer to solving this pot puzzle. This means we first gotta take down the upper pot, then the one right across from the bottom right one, and then the upper left one, the bottom right one, and alas, the middle. This explains why last time we did this, they only repaired themselves once 5 or more were broken. Doing this though, reveals and opens up the tombstone. And going underground to make it to the other side of the estate. Another pot that we got no seeds for. And the old rusty garden trowel, giving us the plot head achievement for having access to Pothead's secret garden. This looks quite fancy. It must have belonged to someone who loved taking care of plants and flowers. Wonder who that would be. From there we witness another pot. So we have to come back here sometime once we got 2 seeds. Plus I find one mysterious door that has a bit of light on the right, almost like we've made some sort of progress to eventually open it up. That is weird. But for now we will finally head back to the mansion one more time to light these 2 bad boys up to unlock this hidden door and use our key to unlock this gate. To go down with the golden elevator birdcage and enter the furnace observation room, all beneath the ceramic mansion. First things first, with us dropping down, we come across a pretty cool lift that we can use by punching the bull face. To in this room, get rid of the boxes for an easily missable light seat. Use some of them flying bull bridges, to eventually also use them to perfectly light up some of those thingy-majigs, to open up this gate for a mass of soul energy. Made my way down here, stepped on some conveyor belts, and with the door on our left lured one of those blue platforms towards us with a bow, and used it to make it over to the other side to cross some pipes. And yes, come across another green shine offering us a shard of vitality crystal. We now have 3. One more and it will raise our vitality. I drop down to break these boxes to, oh yes, another little hidden life seed, baby. Stepping on these side panels, we lure the flying bridge towards us. And do not go back, but instead, go forth to, oh shit! And instead a pot that's stuck in a jar, oh you vile!
I warned you, quiet, you stupid survey. I'm not sure if that's admirable or stupid. No, it is definitely stupid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must have some alone time with this infuriating young lad here. Hopefully I can make him see sense. Now, please, go away!
You think we are letting this slide, ma'am? Ah, crap, okay, she went away without us even punching her. Well, at least we can uncover what's behind this vault door. Haha! It is the inner furnace. Inside of here is our first checkpoint in ages. A furnace to light up to get these pistons moving. And up here got some mugs to beat up that split into grimers when taken down. Very easy to deal with though. They are honestly just weaker than the green ones. Then thanks to the pistons making it into this room, a fellow with a launcher starts shooting them gas clouds. Now here it was no problem until he fired his clouds while I also had to take down waves of enemies. And yes, if he directly hits you with one of his balls, you take damage, plus most likely also take damage from standing too long in the clouds as the crow has to recover from the hit for a little bit. This was really tricky. And when I did get close to him, thanks to the pistons moving again, my guy starts punching with the launcher, which I just about dodged. And when I took him down, he even dropped an exploding gas tank. My god, dude, just let it go. Like really, the stress was next level. Anyway, I went back down first to fill up this pot and restore our health. Lit this furnace to make a bridge of these pistons, which led me to finding some mucking grimers that, well, had me cornered for a bit and should have killed me. But most of the time, on my last bit of health, I suddenly just become him and clutch. And lucky for me, another pot. So back to full health we are. And I spy with my little eye a little life seed. Just first gotta push against this conveyor belt. Roll off the map once, as yes, that is important to the story, and then make my way up for the life seed. Light another furnace as we got a new ability, so it must be dragged. And it appears our mighty crow can still not fly, so we have to take a detour to activate the furnace up there. That involved a mega muck that popped out of 2 regular mucks, and well, yeah, you know. After that there came some grimers, easy peasy. Although when I had to light this furnace, I don't know what happened, but I was being folded by these slime balls. It was so bad that your boy was once again at 1 HP. But then I don't know, I just locked in, and I dodged everything and used my noggin. So it was time to dodge pistons instead of using them. Or well, actually it was time to get sniped by a bow and arrow goon. Luckily there are plenty of shortcuts we already had activated, so I made my way back in no time. This time actually dodging the pistons, which went flawlessly and was totally not disturbed by some dipshit firing gas bombs. Another seed had been planted and consumed, having me hop into combat straight away. But hey, we got HP, and well, I used my brain this time, so none of it was consumed. Having me cross the rest, safe and sound. And then had to dodge pistons to not fall off and to light up this furnace. And even allow ourselves to move forward. With the conveyor belt working with us instead of against us, the old gas bomber couldn't keep up and we snatched ourselves another life seed. Quickly ran away from the trouble as it was smarter and safer to light up another furnace. Crazy, right? Or well, it is the one we had to light up for the shortcut and our way toward the next life seed pod that has been planted and consumed. In here I dodged all the combat, and I mean all of it. To just move on and get to our destination. Doing the little puzzle this way wasn't easier, but quicker. And efficiency is key. And that 2 HP less is no problem, as the seed we just grabbed was able to be planted. Wait, shit. I missed the life seed. God damn it. So there I went, backtracking time. Going to every place once again. And of course this led to me dying, as I got really impatient. But hey, it could have been worse, as it was at the place with the gas bomber that had me stressing. At the pushing pistons, I had to walk past him and his goons to snatch the life seed up for grabs. And with that one collected and planted, we can carry on into a place with no name, but also no music. Across the 4 pistons and...
You little shit! Crows never do what they're told. I am trying to save lives here.
Oh, well, that's pretty judgy, lady.
Don't you understand? Death cannot see those who have masked their life force with a urn. I can fool the Grim Reaper himself. And you and I have something in common, little crow. The same employer. But goodness, we can't have them finding out about everything you've seen. Don't worry. I'll put your ashes in a lovely urn.
Oh, what is it with you and urns, Granny? She drops herself down, and we enter the Witch of Urns, the Grandma boss fight. This boss fight honestly wasn't that ridiculous. She begins with throwing some explosive urns, and sometimes one of those green ones that we can of course just send back. She teleports from place to place occasionally with a spin attack and eventually decides to put herself in a urn. Starts hopping around, which is dangerous, and then fires hundreds of purple orbs that are honestly great to just fire back. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, pretty simple. Does that all mean that I did it first try? No, it doesn't work like that, sadly. And what makes it worse is that I gotta traverse all the way back there. But once back there, we once again witness the 2 brain cells of the almighty Arctic Icicle. There is a goddamn checkpoint door here that I just didn't activate because I don't look with my eyeballs. Although on my second try, I did beat her, which definitely recovered my sanity. But once she is low HP, it did get a little tricky, as she also started firing purple orbs when spinning, popping in her urn, and made the throwable urns less predictable on where they were going to land. But hey, we got her. It looks like we have obtained the first real big soul for Death's Door. And hey, it is Stadholm the Gravedigger.
We gather here today to mourn the pass of a woman known by many names. The Witch of Urns, the Ceramic Sorceress, Earthenware Enchantress, Crockery Crone, and of course, Grandma. Driven by her maternal instincts and consumed by her endeavors to outwit death, she filled her life with a passion for magic, reanimation, potions, and pots. Her journey is concluded, and she is now at peace. Bow your head in remembrance. Pay your last respects. Her time in this world is over.
Nah, she can suck it. Hey, old Pothead is here too.
I suppose I will never be rid of this pot for a head. Still, I hope she finds peace beyond life.
Jesus, really? Y'all forgive someone really fast.
She can finally be reunited with Grandpa. Slip of the tongue. I quite literally have pots on the brain. Seriously though. R.I.P. Gran.
Dude, I feel bad for you. Anywho, we enter this door, which once again brings us to a very different side of the Hall of Doors. This broken palace has some fiery knights, with horseshoes as weapons, but seems nice, just guarding the place I guess. Up here our hero meets the world's best lords. It's the Lord of Doors. Hey, well Crow, hello there. And how exactly did you get in here? What's the point in having command over all of the doors in this world if my servants never remember to lock them? So, why are you here? I haven't exactly met a crow in many years, so you still have those beaks. Nice. I sense a vast amount of soul energy about you, little crow. Strange, it almost feels oddly familiar to me. Oh, is that why you're here? You've come seeking a reward. Very good job, little one. Bravo! Now be a good little bird and turn them into your vaults. There's no need to bring your souls directly to me. I have more important matters to attend to. Ciao! Ouch, Jesus! Well, he could have sent us back in a nicer way. Hi, what are you doing here? Did you find your assignment yet? Wait, you have a giant soul? But it's the wrong one! I can't process that. How did he even manage that? Never mind. Get back out there and find your assigned soul. Yeah, you got it, Chandler. Although I'ma first head back to the Lost Cemetery to cross my way all the way back, passing the bridge and all, to light up a few more things. To make it to an old cave. To break some boxes in a corner for another life seed. I continue through the cave deeper and deeper to make it to the sailor area, with some very nice music playing. A bit piratey. I love it. The stranded sailor west of the door with pothead. What a surprise!
Ho ho ho! It seems you have found my old trowel. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
I do love gardening, but with the state of the world these days,
not much grows. I've placed pots all over the island in hopes that passing travelers might plant any seeds they find.
Oh, buddy. Oh, pal, listen, your pots are being filled up with seeds, alright?
I'm optimistic. New life will spring up in due course. Yes, yes.
Keep that up. I love it. That's great. Just as great as uncovering the secrets behind here to find an adventure journal, which is so powerful that my game and recording crashed at the same time. But what it would have said was it is very damp and the pages seem to be stuck together. Anyway, we are back. Had to make my way over there again. But only this time, as we got another door, we see this old drunk crow sailor.
Oh, Betty, my beautiful Betty.
Yeah, I'll just leave you to it. I'll talk with Jefferson over here, who seems to be possessed by a squid. Nah, that's probably not the case.
Fellow Pippet, my name is Jefferson, a humble bartender and seafood enthusiast at your service. Could these human hands prepare you a delicious meal today?
Yeah. Sure, Jefferson. Cook us one up.
Great! What delicious meal coming right up!
Ha! And our crow boy says screw the chopsticks and locks in on that soup.
Now let me tell you something. While you ingest nutrients, you look like a sprightly young Pippet. I'm sure you can get down through a sewer gate, right? I've heard there's a secret through a sewer pipe in the overgrown ruins. One of the forest kids told me they once found the mysterious shrine. They fell into it when they were playing around on the village walls. Perhaps once you have explored some more, I will also have the knowledge which to nourish your mind.
Oh shit, you okay? But hey, this got us a squid soup achievement, which is great. And from everything I could have understand from your decent accent, I'll keep my eyes out for that shrine, but I think I will not require much of your knowledge, pal. We headed back to the Hall of Doors to return, yes, once again to the Lost Cemetery. To walk over some staircases, pass by the big arena, and light this bad boy up. To jump down here for another massive soul energy. From there, jump further down to reveal us a shortcut toward this place, allowing us to go back to where we were, and this time not jump from the bridge, but open this gate. Because down here we can go with the elevator and light this campfire to call on this climbing guy who brings us towards another new area with toxic waters. That's for sure. Anyway, we open the big gate and enter the overgrown ruins, east of the door. With another new door and a flesh-eating plant I see. Being careful around them plants, we meet a forest child, aka the huntress wizard from Adventure Time. I don't know, just popped in my head. Thanks to those horns.
This route used to lead to the swamp, but the Frog King blocked it up. If you were strong like a mother, you could probably break it down.
Oh, great! I can probably learn how to break blockages sooner or later, which will probably also result in more backtracking for specific collectibles. Anyway, we can swing our way up with this vine and find a life seed in the crates. See some sort of red life seed up here, so that raises questions. And jumping down here, we had some friendly old Wolverine dudes to handle, and now with tribe masks and a bit of extra HP. Oh, and this plant that sucks in and spits out a green bomb. What sucks is that I think you cannot kill it, and eventually it also starts spitting faster, although it did get rid of those blockages, so we will probably need them. Oh wait, no, I get it now. It only seems to spit when you punch it, and it indeed gets rid of the blockages quickly. Whoa, wait, did he just jump toward me? Well, it appears they're also learning new tricks. Oh well, what I wanted to say is that I can plant another seed here. And the battle got us this key. With behind the locked gate, I abused the spit plant to my combat advantage. witness this fireball spitting plant guarding a mass soul orb, and then get rid of this blockage and fight fire with fire to get our life seed back to 0. Cause we planted it in this pot. And never mind, we're back to 1. Had to use our bow to have the old plant snipe the blockage and swing up the vines, making 2 bridges with the vines, and we are heading toward the forest settlement. And got these new dudes that go underground when you get close to them. So you gotta snipe them with honestly no beneficial gain besides 1 soul. But hey, the forest child, or well, a forest child.
We used to explore the dungeons, but the forest sealed them up. The Frog King sat on my brother until his insides became his outside.
Oh no, that is horrible. But just the way you're telling it makes it a little hard not to laugh. His insides became his outsides, god damn it. Now before carrying on, I go back and jump down here to find another red shrine. The ancient shrine offers us a shard from a magic crystal. We now got 3 shards. 1 more will raise our magic capacity, so no matter what shrine we will find, the next one will increase either our vitality or magic capacity. I went back up through the same path with the vine bridges and stuff and talked to another forest child.
Be careful. Some plants may look delicious, but they think the same about you.
That's very true. Had it happen almost already. Oh hey, and this is the Forest Mother we have heard so much about. I have seen your type in this land for a long time. You're probably here to see your friend in the depths below. I'm sorry, but the forest itself sealed the gates to the dungeons many moons ago to keep us safe. I could speak with her and perhaps sway her to open the gates for you, but we converse in a song, and sadly, I have lost my magic horn. I left it in the old camp to the north. Alas, we were driven from there by the Frog King's henchmen. If you return it to me, I'm sure we can help you on your journey. Alrighty then. Gotta keep our eyes peeled for that magic horn. No worries, man. We continue our quest. First though, a quick life seed. And oh, them shy cabbages shoot fire from distances. Okay. More of a threat than I thought. Oh, and when you hit them with an arrow, once they weaken, they can no longer hide for a while, allowing you to just strike them. There, we also find our 25th life seed, meaning we are now 50% through all the life seeds. Yeah, I also hoped it would have been more. Up we go for a new pot planter seed in, but not consuming it yet, as we got an arena battle. And indeed, before I knew it, I needed it badly. Plus, I even got hit 2 more times after I got hit 5 times during this battle. But I think I also geeked a little because I knew of the safety net I had. Snatch another mass soul energy orb, go down the big steps, do a big ring around the rosy and get a pocket full of life seeds. And going to the right opposite side from there with a little trouble, you wouldn't believe it. But behind this wall, from it, is another life seed. We are holding 4 now. I mean, this foresty place does make the most sense for life seeds, but still, it is packed with them. At the same place going up instead of down, we could also plant the seeds and restore our much needed health. Then I head back to where we started from near the place with the Forest Mother to get rid of this blockage. But before heading in, we go back. We will first cross the giant middle bit again to swing up here and climb up here once again. Go past the pot to get rid of this blockage and find a sewer system. Although, the big question lies at stake. How in God's name can we enter it? Is it even an option? Well, to my surprise, heading back up here with a little crow friend, still not being able to jump. But hitting middle mouse button while falling down, we strike downwards, getting us into the sewer system. And at the end of the sewer pipes lies another shrine, a vitality green shine, meaning we got the 4th piece. The completed crystal fills our soul with vigor, raising our vitality. Our HP just went up by an extra bar. This, my friend, will make the combat with that stupid umbrella significantly easier. And we were able to enjoy that extra piece of HP already, as once again, bad guys started flooding the scene. But as I made great use of the explode spitting bomb plans, yeah, it was a piece of cake. Although I still took 2 hits, but piece of cake. Finding a mass soul energy behind this wall and was able to plant another seed right after unlocked another shortcut. And you're shitting me! The horn! Haha, it's already here! Oh yes, I bet Mother will be pleased. Oh, things are looking up. Needing to shoot the spit plant and quickly swing myself up to get rid of this blockage. Another soul orb was obtained, and we headed back to Mother with her horn. My horn. Thank you, feathery friend. Oh, you're welcome. It is our pleasure.
As you have no doubt seen, the land here is no longer safe. Not since the King of the Swamp took root. but it is such a relief to have my horn once more. As I promised, I will converse with the forest, and we shall see if she hears your glee.
The door has opened for us. So we go all the way down to make our way over there, entering the Mushroom Dungeon, the Forgotten Depths, where we see an odd fella trapped. But for now, we at least got a door to get back here in a jiffy. That we, by the way, will enter, and from the hollow doors quickly get some upgrades at our favorite Vault Keeper. Like even better strength and a magic upgrade won't hurt. Now the Mushroom Dungeon. We quickly cross this bridge with little hinders too. Oh, Reaper! What are you doing here? When my grunt said there was some shady crow causing trouble in the ruins, I had to come and see for myself. If you're here for my soul, then tough luck. I earned my power fair and square. I'm striving in the system your lords created. Okie dokie, pal. Well, we are coming for your soul anyway, but for now this live siege will satisfy. Down and out here, I instantly plant the seed. Traverse my way up there to get this soul orb behind the cobwebs and then make the spitter blow this blockage away, allowing us to do the same thing to light up 2 campfires in a row, making them blue flames and getting us the key. Climb up here for our live seeds and our first shortcut for our checkpoint door. Unlock this gate with the key but did not yet enter, as down here we traverse this beautiful, and I mean so far this entire game is beautiful, but specifically traverse the beautifulness of this area to make it to this arena, where we fought our way through plenty of enemies with another soul to be freed. I mean, history does repeat itself. And what explains that this battle was tough was this newly introduced knight that throws fireballs but also has a shield, only being able to be broken by melee attacks. Now it breaks quickly, but he also attacks quickly and smacks multiple times in a row. Long story short, that extra bar of HP truly saved our lives. But now, we're also going to save yet another soul.
The Lord of the Doors is long past their old age. How could they have let our doors malfunction like this?
I truly do not know, fella. When we met him, I low-key dug him. Although yes, he did make us fall from the sky, but that doesn't mean he is a terrible person. Right? The soul flies high and starts opening up yet another gate. Seems like we once again got 3 more to free. So I progressed towards the left, planted another seed, and crossed the— Oh, hi! Don't mind me. Just out for a swim. Care to join me, Reaper? No? That's probably a wise decision if I'm being honest. I was gonna try and drown you. See? I'm being honest. Surely that counts for something. What do you say? Truce? I think I'll pass, mate. And carry on trying to free the rest of these souls to eventually capture yours. I think that sounds like a better settlement. With the new shortcut open up, I'll light these 3 campfires as quick as possible, back to back, to get this key. And try my best to avoid all these enemies to get up here and hey! We make it back to the overgrown ruins with a soul orb. We can also climb up here and jump onto these shelves to totally not fall and collect another soul orb. Now heading back to where we dropped down from, if we make a right and walk until the ladder, up the ladder we can open this gate with this lever. Behind said gate are some boxes that cover up this big hole. Down it, the all-almighty Thunder Hammer, a beautiful weapon we may not use. This weapon crackles with a unique soul energy. Well, not one destined for our little crow. Passing these fire-spouting cabbages and traversing an older path, we make it to this gate that contains another arena battle for us. This battle started off pretty simple and honestly stayed that way. No crazy powerful enemies. And I finished it off with actually smacking the cabbage once, without firing any projectiles, which I thought was pretty cool. Freeing this soul. Well, your last remaining presence at least came to use, my fallen feathery pal. So back we went, this time going into the gate, onto the right where it started off with another shield fella. And like any other Arctic Icicle Crow Death's Door battle, all the peak gameplay kicks in on the last bit of HP. I waste my beginning potential and lock in on those last low HPs. Don't know what it is, but we clutched. Swinging up here to plant our seat, and wow! That quick? Another soul to free?
The passages out of the dungeon are sealed, and the door back to the office has somehow been sealed.
With his soul rising, I swear dude, this game is getting pretty dark. All the way up here, we open this gate, find a life seat, and then head back, exiting this area to re-enter the one we came from, one soul before this one. To take the shortcut back to the main door, cross the bridge, and head into the old gate to this time go to the left. To first snatch another life seat, then light this fire, head back to the bridge and go into this room, exit it ASAP, through here, also exit out of this one in a jiffy. Then through this gateway, go down to the left, go past the puddle where the Frog King wanted to drown us and unlock this gate. Yeah, of course! I told you, Crooked Crow! You're out of luck. If you think you'll be dethroning me, King of the Swamp, that's what they call me. Since I took charge, the swamp has been cleaned up, and now life thrives on the water. Those forest children and their mother were simply standing in the way of progress. It was nothing personal. I'm just adapting to the rules as you and your lords have made it. Have you seen what it's like out there? It's a mess, a wasteland. Barely any souls come into the world these days since your commission bludged up the system. Good job on that, you Crooked Crow. You're welcome. Also, enjoy your soul for how long you still have it. And oh, of bloody goddamn course. The final soul's being guarded. But not just guarded. I'm talking the highest level of security. Things were going fine. But that 1 HP God mode activation mumbo jumbo? Not this time. Now, to beat the battle against the 3 musketeers, I made good use of that fire ability, training them like it was Call of Duty Zombies. This worked like a charm, and before freeing the soul, I first stepped outside here for a life seat, and then... With this soul freed now, the door brightens up. We can enter it now, although I do not recall where it is located. This pot was much needed though, and this old spitting fella gave us the possibility to unlock the key. Oh wait, I am just suffering from dementia once more. The door was indeed located right at the back, just like the manor. We talk with the Asian door spirit that once again tells us to be wary. Well, thank you, Mr. Door, but we very much will be. Most definitely when at my last HP bar. Inside, we are back to the old black and white realm, where up here is yet another chest that this time, very predictably, jumps us up. Brings us back to the same old avarice. Fighting all past enemies from the last realms. We're talking the mucks, grimers, and of course them annoying shielded up fireball throwing knights. Do not forget the new and improved bow and arrow bastards that fire an arrow per second. Seriously, slow down, brother. Then 1, maybe 2,000 spiders came in with a gas cannon bastard who actually took care of them. But the only thing that worried me is that I truly haven't given this game enough credit for its OST. This song, Avarice, is an underrated gem. Plus, wait, who is that green mage firing 3 gas spells? Yeah, no, we have not seen you before. Second try, jamming out to that OST by the way, fitting so well with the scenario it doesn't distract whatsoever. It helps you. It is empowering. Oh, and by the way, that green mage, its projectiles are not reflectable, but do hurt other enemies. So taking advantage of that, we beat it on our second try and the chest spits us out. This time revealing a beautiful green neon-looking crow. A gift to a fellow crow to aid us on our quest. This time, we acquired the bomb spell, and as I predicted, something that's gonna lead to loads of backtracking. We indeed just got the key to get rid of the blockages ourselves. I know, but of course another logbook from another Reaper. I actually love these. A concerning seismic event has been recorded in the region surrounding Death's Door. We have been ordered to seal all the doors and close all open assignments in the region. There are many Reapers still active there, but these orders are from way above. So I'm not questioning them. Still, I have to ask myself, what happened to the crows who were still out there? Well, I can tell you that. They did not make it. At least as of how much we know. Of course, that elderly Grey is still alive and, well, just never be able to finish his assignment. So he will die. Unless we open Death's Door. Because we will uncover the truth behind Death's Door. I know, that bomb spell can hit us as well, so we gotta watch out with it. I'm wondering if it does splash damage. Going back down, activating this elevator, with it we head back into the main hall of doors to get rid of this blockage here. To find the surveillance device, it looks like someone has been spying on the commission. Another soul orb, and of course the lore-piled logbooks. The recent seismic event has sent upper management into a frenzy. We've been ordered to scrub all mention of it from records and close all active assignments in the region. I can't in good conscience let all those Reapers remain cut off from the commission and their homes. I'm going to try and making my way into the vicinity to see if I can help them. Whoa, buddy! Well, you must be from one of those souls I've freed then. If I make it back in one piece, I'll update my logs to indicate what I found. Yeah, okay, that proves my theory. Thanks for making it easier to uncover that truth by writing that down, though. Lost feathery friend. Anyway, like I said, backtrack simulator time. First at the Lost Cemetery, climbing our way up to the significant heights, to over here smack our way into the sewer system, traverse it, and snatch a quick soul orb. From there, down we went. And with down, I mean down, to even jump down from the bridge to get rid of this wall, and getting rid of that wall behind it, not only can we plant a seed to recover health, but also lay our eyes upon a door with a bomb spell sigil planted on top of it. Inside, we see one of them horseshoe-wielding guards again, that oh boy, isn't friendly this time, smacking, swinging, and spinning his weapon around, plus spouting fireballs out of his head like it's nothing. Now, he can slow down time on us as well. He has still full mobility. It took me a couple of hits to realize I could spam spacebar to get out of that spiral. Although sadly enough I figured that out a little too late for this run. Second run, I totally do not use my bomb ability specifically. And overall I shouldn't, as the battle area is way too small and he jumps at us way too quickly. So charging it simply ain't worth it. Plus self-damaging yourself becomes too easy. Overall, the battle isn't insane, you just gotta get the hang of it. Although some sort of, I don't know, longer ranged battle axe I coincidentally found a little while back, but it's completely useless as I have to beat this whole game with an umbrella. I don't know, that would have been nice right now. But hey, I got him, and if you're wondering if his moveset changed up, no it did not. He only got more aggressive once at his last 25% of health. Having us starting to float and sucking up its soul, a silent servant has been vanquished, and their soul power added to us. Our bomb spell now no longer damages us, only our foes. That is huge! We just literally fixed one of my biggest complaints about the bomb spell in literally 15 minutes after obtaining it. We achieved the Demo Crow achievement for having upgraded our bomb spell. So we went back outside to go back to that bridge, up the elevator to the left and continuing to the far left with a sharp uphill right. We traverse a handful of extra meters to eventually, well, everything I've been saying I haven't done. I was walking completely off track, kinda lost to where I was supposed to go until I accidentally stumped up on another white gate. I entered it and it is back to the very beginning of the game. Yeah, no, never mind my bad, although in all seriousness, where am I supposed to go? I am lost in this cemetery, however, I eventually made it to Old Stadone again, and from there I know exactly where to go. Once again heading towards the Urn Witch's mansion, this time being able to burn these cobwebs though, to plant another seed and well, I suppose, the path toward our fire spell upgrade. We enter, and I have to do the exact same fight as last time, that I blundered really quick, as charging the bomb just takes way too long against their attack speeds. Although what was different was this guy can have a fireball around him, a little kill aura, which is annoying but acceptable, although I figured out how they spawn. Unlike firing blue missiles around, he just keeps on adding more fireballs around him. They cannot be reflected, so they stay forever. And overall, just like last time, the damage output is pretty shit as well. I am hitting him with an umbrella, you know? So the fight takes long, plus gets exponentially more difficult. But hey, I was nearing death, but on my third try, we were once again victorious. Flew up into the sky and felt that soul power at it, having the silent servant vanquished. Our fireball spell now burns enemies for extra damage over time. Oh baby, is it only getting better from here. I would love a bow upgrade though. We get the cremation achievement, patch yourselves up and step back into the birdcage elevator to have a nice little stroll. Once again, head back to the ascent of the Urn Witch, where we break this blockage now. Or well, first learn, as I hadn't noticed yet, that the bomb spell actually costs 2 mana, so quickly got that back up and broke the blockage. We, you and me, light up all 4 of these things to pass the gate and get a mass soul orb. Yep. That's what we came for. But hey, we need them all, right? So to make things quicker, I reloaded our save from the title screen to spawn back at the Lost Cemetery. To traverse all the way back to our old doorway, to in the hollow doors, first head to our most beloved bank teller to never mind. We are still roughly 200 souls short to upgrade our strength to the maximum. Guess magic will do for now. Back to the overgrown ruins, we went to get rid of some more blockages them all spitters couldn't reach. We're inside this brand new area. We get another mass soul energy. Then drop down here into the mushroom dungeon to go into this left doorway again, allowing us to break another blockage. Finally, unlock this door and grab the corrupted antler. I wonder what creature this used to be attached to. Ha! Well, my guess is an antler, pal. When we leave the place, we find one hell of a secret area over here. You cannot truly see it, but by shooting our bomb over here, kaboom! I hit an area, baby, with a mass soul orb. Then we climb our way back to the area where we unlocked our first door to finally, yes, release our odd fella on the ground. He stands up, and he is a clever grunt.
Little bird, save Grunt. Grunt be forever thank little bird.
Aw, thanks, man. Well, you're welcome, always. Anyways, to the room next to him, traversing through that shortcut. Yes, the backtracking doesn't stop. Another blockage we can blow to bits in the room where we freed the final soul. We're inside. We had to quickly light 3 more fires for this gate to pray at our next green shine. Sadly enough, not a red one. It grants us our next first of the upcoming 3 left to collect to indeed get our max health eventually to 6 bars. Ho ho, can't wait for that. Exiting this area completely and taking the obtained shortcut we got from releasing the last soul, I walked past the right gateway to head towards the Frog King's domain, where I could blow up this blockage and... the crooked crow doesn't give up easily, huh? You know, out there I was a tiny frog in a big pond, but here I'm on top of the food chain. And my favorite meal is all those delicious stray souls. And you've got your work cut out for you, Reaper. My subjects will see to that. And then it's crow pie for supper. And trifle for dessert. Our chef makes fantastic trifle. Get out of here, you bastard. Anyway, we enter the bright light, aka the flooded fortress, the Frog King's domain. We are nearing that scummy bastard. First things first, a life seed in the crates, then drowning myself real quick, but no, in all seriousness, walking over the scaffold and hitting this sonar thing, revealing or creating a bridge. Looks like we got a new gimmick. We walk over some more scaffolding to eventually take a shot in the dark to reveal this bridge. I love the concept of this sonar thingy, but I love the yes red-eyed shrine even more, as this shard is our 4th shard. The completed crystal fills our soul with power, raising our magic capacity. Now holding a handy-dandy 5, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love it. Heading back from there and continuing towards our left-hand side, continuing to use the sonar, we also go up some big steps to allow ourselves to drop down these higher scaffoldings for another soul energy. Then go to the opposite side to create our shortcut, and use it to build this ladder for a quick surprise attack and a nice little life seed. Down we go over to the secret side to punch into the sewers, to by the end of it, voila, more mass soul energy. That strength upgrade we'll be able to obtain in no time. From there, we head back and now make our left down here. Break the blockage to get our next up for grabs mass soul energy. Then we gotta head completely back, as that place wasn't a shortcut, but just a collectathon. Cause here we can continue toward our next life seeds, and then literally one climb later, it is raining life seeds once more. Although we also had a period of barely any, so it averages out. Unlocking the gates, blocking the glowing maze from the Frog King statue, we give it a good smack to build us yet another bridge. I expected it to be some sort of battle gong, but it is once again a reveal sensor. Revealing absolutely nothing but more scaffolds and Uncle Bow shooters. And speaking of Uncle Bow shooters, seeing them from the front now, they are indeed centuries old. I mean, I think that's a skeleton? They are called red shirts, which is kinda unoriginal.
An intruder, and they're intruding. You're done for now, little bird. You're gonna get crushed.
You mean you're gonna get crushed, you stupid idiot. Remember, he's on top of the food chain, or well, until he needs to fight the mighty Reaper, of course. But we'll get to that bit. You are certainly persistent, Crooked Crow. Do you like my armor? It was a size too small, but I think I make it work. You know where I found it? On a nearby corpse. You are just another bleeding heart standing in the way of progress. This is a natural order. The strong survive. Hop on, small fry. Whoa, pal. Elaborate on what small fry got to do with this. Why are we hating on small fry now?
You heard him. Hop on.
Oh, and who is you?
I sure hope I don't end up between those chubby green cheeks.
Honestly, I wouldn't even wish that upon my greatest enemies. But we got us this new door, opened up the big frog gate, and got rid of this roll with absolutely no mistakes. And oh, who is this boomerang bastard? Well, no one special, as my 5 magic slots just became our ticket to victory. From there I could plant a seed, which was my lifesaver, and then on the right side built this ladder up to there to not use any of my brain cells and become the most stubborn idiot trying to use my bomb spell in every scenario. Which, long story short, is just plain stupid, so yes, I died. So back I went up the ladder, beating up the bastards this time successfully, but with them all beaten up and having jumped down here, oh yes, some extra doors appear with inside some very annoying shits. Anyway, 3rd time's the charm. Or well, the charm to learn that the fire ability now, with the overtime damage, is truly the best. If you thought it was the charm to beat it, oh no. These boomerang bastards can go to hell and back to hell. This was my 4th try and I still didn't beat it. Why is this fight so bloody ridiculous? Well, there's no space to breathe. It is so stupidly crowded and narrow, making it all just, well, practically impossible. I hate this section. And the umbrella is officially becoming one heck of a handicap. Like, suddenly, the difficulty just skyrocketed. It is brutal, but after a couple of minutes of grinding, we did finally get past that gate. So with that, I'ma say, never give up, people. And I mean that, as after that gate was even more bullshit combat with these damn boomerang dudes. But I did the classic 1 HP lock-in method and got through to kill some more mages and wolverines. Made my way, finally, a health pot to plant a seed in. Thank you, game. From there, before pulling the lever for the shortcut, we quickly witnessed the power of that fireball slowly deleting the old knight, and then reveal a handful of paths that also reveal a handful of enemies to plant another seed. And from that pot, we traverse into some more combat. How original are we getting? And I actually started blowing up one of these tiles with a bomb spell, drowning them annoying boomerang dudes. So, actually, that's good to know. Dealt with a bunch of old bow shooters to climb up here for another pot. That's a lot of pots. But hey, we gotta plant them seeds anyway, so why not as quickly as possible? And before moving onwards on the main path, I first reveal this shortcut over here, if things may get out of hand. And then do take the main path, which was a little tricky, but doable to snatch a quick life seed and traverse back toward the shortcut. So make a full left, stop where a knight with golden armor approaches. I mean, can it get more ridiculous? Probably yes, because the fire and bomb combo is adios to that guy. Gotta repair the bridge real quick, now allowing me to go up here and making a shortcut. We had a big battle, once again, that simply said was not doable with 1 HP. But hey, we got the shortcut, so it's all okie dokie. In the second wave, 2 boomerang dudes jumped in with some extra goons backing them up, so I planted a seed in the spot just in case I would need to heal up. Newsflash, I didn't even need to, as I low-key cooked, so I just used to patch up 1 HP and snipe the next bridge creator. These bridges bring us in here, where we unlock a new door and step inside what looks like an arena. Oh yes it is. Crooked Growl! Clearly my grunts have failed to teach you a lesson, so I'll do it myself. After I'm done with you, I'll use your feather to buff my armor and make it all shiny. I'll be the most handsome creature under the shadow of the door. Alright. Squishy time! Okay. Yes, okay. Okay, Jesus spell, we get it! Now this boss fight is ridiculously simple. He jumps around with his macy staff, and when he strikes, just simply dodge. As you can predict when he strikes. And his strike is one of them sonars on it, so it rebuilds the arena. Then you smack him and rinse and repeat. Eventually though,
He becomes Big Frog.
what is very important here is when he lies in the water and opens up his mouth, we throw a bomb into it, earning us the Meal for a King achievement. The rest of this fight is him being fat, spitting acid balls, making the arena tinier, and loving, and I mean loving, dropping his big fat green cheeks down, trying to get you in between them. The fight was honestly pretty easy, but I forgot that only with the bow you can activate them sonars. Because now he didn't use his mace anymore. So when you get the 1 million potholes, you gotta shoot his mace on its back. I did not do that for quite some time, eventually still dying while the Frog King was maybe 2 or 3 hits away from death. But in all seriousness, I wasn't even pissed. I knew that on my second try, bro would be cooked. And well, I knew alright, because I, actually cooked him. Oh, and would you look at that? Old Stedhone the Gravedigger truly takes his job seriously, even coming to the frog's death.
We gather here today to mourn the passing of the Frog King. A bold and fearless leader, he was persecuted for his simple desire to place all in the forest under his rule. And occasionally, his bottom, his reign is ended, and his absence will be felt across the swamp. Bow your head in remembrance, pay your last respects. His time in this world is over.
We gained a nice 500 souls. Probably also did that when we defeated the witch, but I cannot recall. With us climbing up here, we find a giant arrowhead. I wouldn't want to be the one receiving end of one of these. Really? Wouldn't you know? Back down, we exit through the door from the throne of the Frog King, to now fully upgrade our strength, obtaining the specialist achievement for having maxed out one skill. Then I raised haste for better overall movement speed, faster dodges, and less cooldown between them. To make my feather butt over to the stranded sailor door. Because here we can pick up the grunt's old mask. It seems this grunt is loyal to a new leader now. And now talking with the clever grunt, yes, the one we freed with our bomb spell, we earned the clever too much achievement.
Hello again, little bird.
Me come far and wide, see many things. World outside, very beautiful. Love, live, life, that's all grunt want. That's right, pal. Keep that chin up. Now we go from the stranded sailor place back to the old cemetery. To, of course, get there, we gotta exit this cave, climb up here and make it to the light. To now go all, and I mean all, the way down to break this blockage. Get into an unexpected surprise battle with this pretty sturdy knight, but we are sturdier. We can now exit out through this secret entrance to climb up here and pray at the next red shrine. A shard to once again being able to raise our magic capacity if we find 3 more. From there we just exit to the title screen to hop back in to make it to the Hall of Doors significantly quicker. Still we got some things to do over at the Stranded Sailor, as all the way up these scaffolds is Barb the Bard. We must meet with her every time so we can eventually earn the Banging Tune achievement.
Well, hello there, fellow traveler. Go on, tell all. How is your adventure going? Got any exciting tales I could knock out a song about? Reason being, I am up in these mountains seeking inspiration for my next masterpiece. I heard a monster lives up in the mountaintops. Can you believe it?
Actually, I can, as that should be our final big sword to obtain to open Death's door.
That drunk fella outside the Stranded Sailor says he lost his love to the beast. Fancy that! The way I see it, there's gotta be one heck of an epic ballet awaiting me up ahead. If only I could smash up these blasted rocks blocking the path.
Oh, did you come to the right crow for that one? Or, well, you didn't really come to me, I came to you, but who cares? We're all super happy now. So up the stairs, we went toward the big mountain to first grab ourselves a life seat, and behind these icicles, a quick drop down and another. To first grab this massive orb and then climb my way back up to smack ourselves down into the sewer system, which brings us to the next shrine. And it is another red one, peeps. Needing just 2 more to get our magic capacity to 6 slots. Now, instead of going back to where we were, we go left, climbing up high to, whoa boy! I got a feeling we are nearing the end of the game. Although, of course, we still got some sections to go through to beat the next big boss. With the simple puzzle complete, we pull on this thing to plant a life seed and unlock the next door. In here is Barb again.
Hi again, pal. I hope you don't mind me tagging along. Seems like we'll need to find a way through this old fortress if we want to get up to that mountain. Well, I say we, but I mean you. I'll just hang around and work on the lyrics for my next banging tune. Let me know if you find a way up. You got it.
And you do you and I'll do me, no problemo. Making my way up here, we get one of these crazy easy puzzles again. Only this time I almost get incinerated by the laser. Or actually do. Never mind, there was a second one, also resetting on the locks once hit. However, behind the door is this key, and with that, we go back down into the sewer system for this massive soul energy. And then go down into it once again to now take the right path to go through the main hall sewer's lineage. From there, go through another 2 doorways to make it up to the upper side of this room for the ancient crow. It feels unusual to touch, as if it once contained life. Oh, and lucky us, and the box is right below us, a life seed. Plus, we lay our eyes on the very frosty-looking ancient crow door that we must likely unlock with freeing 4 souls. Anyway, it was time to go on the first path to hopefully find our first soul, which is to the left in the main hall, where we could open this gate with our found key to plant this seed. In the room right next to it, hey, a soul, meaning battle time. And hey, them rolling stones are back, and who is this, a crow cosplayer? Oh, come on, mate, you think that cosplaying as a crow is gonna make you better with them fast slices? Well, you better think twice. Also, the Green Mage made a reappearance. Now appearing for the very first time outside of the chest trials. We set the soul free. Of course, the soul rises towards the gate and lights up a first lock. Back outside, I climb up pretty high for our life seeds, and before going to that pot, we first drop down into another sewer to get this smashed soul orb, and then plant the seed inside the keyhole. Haha. Some more combat, and wait, already the second soul? That was quick. Alright, well, let's keep this pace up, eh? Up here we go to pull this lever, opening up the next gate, where we inside get some falling platforms with firing lasers. So that was dangerous, but it gets significantly worse. I gotta do the same thing right now, just not linear, with a follow laser and of course 3 of the pillars to hit to open the gate, plus obtain a life seed on the right side of it all. But hey, we got another one. Yippee-ki-yay. Involving 2 lasers? No, but still only 2 blocks that do not light up in the order of your favor. But hey, at least the lasers got no target lock, so we plant a seed here, and that life seed pot was much needed. And what makes it the funniest is that, as usual, the last 2 entire big boy waves also have the spider return. I cooked with my last bit of HP, and history repeats itself, peeps. Here lies Lord Theodore. That is some really clever wordplay. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, oh my god. Theodore! He was the first successor in the lineage of lords. Their transition to power was smooth, and their reign allegation remembered for their fair nature, enforcing better working conditions for reapers. Up on the right side is the soul.
My life is ended, but this lord plans to live forever. It doesn't feel fair to me.
Well, that's because it isn't, my fallen feathery pal. All the way at the top left side outside, at these crates, in this one, is yet another life seed. From here we backtrack to the main hall to set foot in our first path again, where Lord Lockstone lies. They're not gonna stop with these wordplays, I think. The first Lord of Doors to make a deal with death. Their legacy is inestimable and their reign is absolute. A cold ruler concerned with law and order who consolidated power and would go on to build the foundation of the Hall of Doors. We light this up, having the first torch lit of the 4 in the middle here, and revealing the spirit of Lord Lockstone. This is the resting place of we, the Lord of Doors. I'm Lord Lockstone, for whom this script was named. We the Lords of Doors were an anomaly, a mistake of the universe, some might say. But that is not an apt description of all life. Alright, Shakespeare. Keep going. A mistake of the universe, one which grows and thrives, existence born into consciousness, and to preserve that consciousness is the most important and noble goal. Lord Lockstone fades away, and we traverse our way out of here. Back to the main hall to go into the area to the bottom of it, to enter this place where we once again got things to hit and spinning lasers to dodge, which was of course no struggle for you, boy. Behind the locked gate was a struggle though. The old flying bats have returned, plus, hey, the cosplayer. Yep, he just pulled the jump attack. Of course he can do a jump attack. I cooked. Of course I cooked. I always cook. Apart from food, I don't do that. But hey, we're freeing the final soul.
It's
Okay, alright, buddy. Well, I hope you're at peace now. We make our way towards the door, with the ancient door spirit telling us to be careful. Well, you got a talking door. Don't you worry, I won't fail. I've succeeded 2 times, 3 times should be no problem. We once again find a chest in this new section of the Hall of Doors. You of course already knew what was gonna happen. And now we once again got a big fight in the Avarish. The fight started off with yet another new witch, one that summons a wall of fire. Besides that, it was just a brand new batch of old enemies coming back to see if they could finally defeat this mighty crow. Big reveal, the big maze man came by for the third time. So that couldn't be this charm, right? It really wasn't. But hey, come on. We made it to the finale on my first try. How hard will it be on my second, now knowing I can expect a stupid mage to summon a wall of fire? Now, it wasn't easy, but we made it to the boss with max HP, and honestly, I was able to just get hit twice. We took it down, lads! Getting spit out and meeting the yellow gold crow, who also grants us a gift to aid us on our quest. This gives us our final spell, the hook shot. It allows us to literally hook over to any other side for no magic cost, by the way. Although, it only works on this pillar, nothing else. Or probably will also work on any other metal things. Or on maybe enemies. But first, another abandoned logbook. The removal of the legacy doors has seriously impeded my investigation into the disappearance of the Reapers in the redacted region. This whole process of transferring to the new system has been a nightmare. I have found evidence that many workers were active in the region when the orders were given to cut them off. More worrying still is that the active reaping mission in the area was also purged from the system. Somehow, out there is a soul that has not been reaped on time. It's a recipe for disaster, that's for sure. We all know what happens to souls if they remain alive past their death date. Yes, we do. I swing across these lanterns and make it to the very beginning. The place where it all started with the bus. We make it to the bank teller once more, upgrade haste a second time, and it is now time to go back to the ultimate backtracking simulator. And oh hey, our desk is filled with our shiny things we have found, and what is cool is that in the title screen you also see them with the Reaper and his trusty old umbrella. Yeah, I don't know, I love these little details. We are now 67% through the game, almost 68. We still got a handful of things to do and haven't even discovered the ending yet. What possibly could be behind Death's door? As we can now swing towards lanterns like Spider-Man, why not do so and quickly snatch the model of a Reaper door? It doesn't function and was probably made to evaluate the designs for the modern doors that the Reapers use today. Oh, and another logbook. I'm done with this job. I found the notes from the investigator looking into the events around the disappearance of the Reapers, and the closures of all those active doors. This Lord of Doors doesn't give two shinies about any of us grows. What is it all for? Myself, and a few of the other Reapers I've convinced to join me, are heading into the Forbidden Region to see what we can find. I hope we can start a new life without the commission. A new challenge awaits us. Oh, I'm afraid that didn't really go as anticipated. We head back to all the doors to enter the Grove of Spirits, aka the first door we've entered, where we make our way almost all the way down as our hook appears to work on anything metal. Over here, we find a makeshift soul key. Who could have possibly made this? From this point on, we stay very close to the spirits that follow us, so they don't lose us, as in this area there are plenty more that we can find to tag along with us. And at the shiny thing we found, we already had 5 following, so we just needed 5 more for the Conga Line achievement, baby. Having a gang of 10 or more forest spirits following you around. From here, we pop into the door towards the Lost Cemetery to grapple this hook. Grapple some more to get to the secret area with a shrine, a green one. We also need another 2 for that vitality race. We continue toward the right, walk past this massive door to climb up here, dodge all the enemies and keep on climbing to break this blockage for the mass soul energy, and hit this thing to lower this lift, cross a long ass bridge, drop all the way down back into the spider cemetery. Here, we plant another seed, which we got in no time as we of course unlocked all shortcuts. Now, completely heading toward the right, abusing our fire ability and then continuing toward the right. We blew up this blockage, got rid of the spiders, and then had to quickly light on the fire and grapple over to this fire to light that one. Oh my god. I succeeded in the exact opposite way, having us now fight yet another one of them guards with its stupid horseshoe. All for the bow and arrow upgrade, which I first was really excited about. But with how great fire has become, I don't think it can become any better than that. But hey, who knows? I at least knew that this fight was no easy win.
Like, man, oh man, just why do I gotta beat this whole game with an umbrella?
Getting pretty sick of how weak I really am. These fights take long. Like, let me actually get straight with you here. You just hear me cover what they do, like their moves and stuff. But I actually gotta fight through it for like a good 3 minutes minimum without dying. I'm not complaining too much though, I mean this game is peak. This fight though is literally the same as with the fireball spell, so you think not too crazy, right? Yeah, you're correct. But I think his health went up by, I don't know, 9, maybe 10 million% or something. He just wouldn't die, man! And I only got to his first aura fire orb. But then suddenly, my guy starts grappling with his head. Yes, he grapples to this little island and then bombs the entire area. This fight is nonsense. Of course, I die shortly after. But if he's grappling, am I even fighting for the bow and arrow upgrade? Because that kinda sounds stupid, right? Well, at least not as stupid as this fight, but it does sound pretty stupid. Now, what is even more stupid about it is that when he grapples onto one of them islands, you cannot hit him. But you can hit him before he grapples to cancel his grapple or having him jump back instantly. This proves that knowledge is power and practice makes perfect. If practice means dying nevertheless, cause this fat shot. And then suddenly this round, I could hit bro on his little goon island, but he also learned he could hit me and folded me in 20 seconds. His stupid floating fireball, his stupid ugly face, his smack on the ground, his swing, my positioning. It all matters, because if you're too close to the ledge, you either devour a sponge or you just jump off yourself because you're dodging. I hate this shitty shit. I can't! I swear this game has been okay in difficulty, but I've been at this fight for more than 45 minutes. One simple fight. I simply was not beating this dude. And the only thing that was truly making me spiral out of control was that even if I beat it, I will have to fight another spell upgrade. Which will obviously be even harder than this one, because that's how games work. Now, out of anger, I said if. But if isn't a thing. There's only a when. Because when the goddamn time came, the time came. And I was crushing my man. Taking my time and utilizing the bombs, because without it, that thing won't break. He just won't die. It took 45 minutes. It took almost more than an hour. But that mother was no more. A silent servant was been vanquished. Goddamn, fuck this boy. Man, I wasn't even celebrating. I'm just happy it's done. We are now holding the arrow spell. We can now hold it longer for a charged shot. I don't care. I do care about the Hawkeye achievement, though. Thank you.
Back at it again. We're back.
Frog and effort, we just did the most craziest thing ever. It cannot go wrong here. Because we're going to the overgrown ruins, back past the gate. I can grapple across here, and then activate the bridges to continue to this place to get into some more combat. That was doable at the start of it all, until
the old big knight returns with his big-ass mace, but now, new and improved, smacking around, also creating gas clouds.
Can it get more ridiculous? I highly doubt it. Now, for some reason, the second time I tried to fight him, he just forgot he could run and smack or something. Occasionally, yes, he would still do it, but barely. So yeah, I took him down. To find my way up here and pray at the next shrine, offering us yet another vitality shard. We got 3. Just one more to go. I also go to the right side for this mass orb and then continue back into the overgrown ruins by having gone one floor up from there. And then up here at the far right, I was able to grapple some more. Wait! The big red seed! It's called a malformed seed. It doesn't look like a normal seed, it appears quite rotten. It is also actually counted towards our shiny things. Alright, that was the overgrown ruins. Time to go back to the Confronting the Urn Witch. So from the door we go left, reverse some bushes, grapple on over here and get into the sewers. Walking through the extremely long lineage and snatch a mass soul orb. Do the same thing again, and from there do the same thing once again. To finally exit out here to get another mass soul energy, continue the path, beat some simple waves of enemies. With the catch of being that them suicide bombing bots were crossing the path multiple times. But I wasn't feeling like going through the entire sewer lounge again, so I wasted them. From there I could continue onward and onwards for the sludge-filled urn in here. Despite being almost black, the liquid somehow emanates a strong glow. Weird. Now I just wandered around a bit more, grabbing as many soul energies as I can, as I will also need that big spender achievement. When I finished over at the estate, we went back to the Stranded Sailor, where we go up the big stairs and in the cave and open up the gate. Plant a seed in here and oh boy, that is not exciting. Well, it needs to be done, so here goes nothing. This dude instantly starts grappling around and doesn't stop at it. Like, holy shit! Now, there are some things that make this boss fight excellent and horrible. Excellence is that he doesn't fire any fireballs or gain any of the rotating around him. What sucks is that when he grapples around, he can also hit you with said grappling hook, making dodges extremely tough. Although he does always quit his grappling at the front island, having me always prepared with a bomb. So I just kinda spammed the bomb on this dude, and it was without a doubt the best way to handle the situation. When we entered rage mode, he grappled like 5 more times, but it didn't matter anymore. I locked in and beat him in just 3 tries. Did that feel good? A silent servant has been vanquished, and the soul power is ours now, lad. Our hookshot spell now does a powerful slash if we use our swords while being pulled towards the target. Sounds like a high risk, high reward ability to me. We earned a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Crow achievement, and get the hell out of here to grapple over here for a token of death. Ancient cultures used to place these over the eyes of the deceased, as a payment to the god of death for ferrying them to the afterlife. We exit the cave and go back down the stairs to make a sharp right, grappling over, big chunky mace chunk. I hate this guy. Oh yeah, the hook works, I guess. I'ma just keep it to me and my bomb. It was for sure worth it, as it was protecting the ink-covered teddy bear. This would be very cute if it wasn't so disgusting. Heading back to the door, we do not enter, as we can go forward. You can already see it on our left. Yes, anchors to grapple onto. Entering an arena, first quickly drowning myself 2 times. Part of the strat, don't worry. Cause now we drown this bastard. Have this one drown himself, and hoo-hoo. I died. I wasn't locked in, so on my second try I learned that rolling is practically a death wish. And that even when you blow all them bastards up, you should not forget that a man with a stupid gas cannon can just make an appearance after being gone for like 4 hours of playtime. No way, Jose, you're ruining this. All this mumbo jumbo was for another vitality shrine. No matter what shrine we will find next, we will either get more magic capacity or more health. Okay, back at the main plaza of the Stranded Sailor, there is still a secret entrance we can uncover. With the bomb under this wooden staircase, where we hit a switch and reads, "There are weaknesses in the wall that the eye can't see. Behind twin columns, a secret waits for thee." Wait, a secret? Well, we probably came one step further thanks to that switch. We go all the way up towards the mountain's entrance, where in between these pillars we blow up yet another wall, flip another one of these switches, and read the same message. Although, not completely, as where a giant face stares, a secret waits for thee. So we got twin columns, and now we need a giant face. Oh, simple enough, I guess. Another switch! And beneath a gargoyle, a secret waits for thee. A gargoyle. Where? Haha, it's just one building next to us. Well then, we hit 4 now. Normally, it is 4, right? We exist to serve those who oppose the Lord of Doors. Wait, that's all? Well, back to the anchors we grappled on before. If we go up the stairs, we see that this gate has been opened. With, behind it, the last most powerful weapon we have to obtain. We get the Weapon Master achievement for having found all 5 weapons, and now we possess the Great Sword. Or well, a Great Sword, so I guess it's not that rare. This was clearly wielded by the very imposing figure once upon a time. We indeed got it. But this weapon wheel is dangerous, as one smack with the Great Swords and the Umbrella Run doesn't count anymore. I was so scared of it that I accidentally drowned myself. However, at Castle Lockstone, we also got some things to grab with our grappling hook, but that includes the key that was locked behind it in the left gate. Then up here, at the part where we opened up a metal gate, we can now cross over to the other side, push a new lever for just a shortcut. This way in here, we activate this block to go into here. And then in here, we had to do a little puzzle with this block in the middle that shifted the block around. Nothing all too crazy in my opinion. We can use our key to the left here, activate this laser, and get a very stressful puzzle to beat that requires some serious attention and speed. But hey, we got it. Behind the gates, we finally, after hours, light the next flame in the middle. And of course, spot yet another Doorlord spirit.
Sweet child, look at what happened to your life at the hands of our chaos. I was never sold on the idea of preserving the course of life and death. Each lord creates the next in succession before their death and teaches them the Lord's path. My creator, the Lord before me, bound me to their system. All I could do was try to balance the worlds as fairly as I could. I tried my best to do it right by the living, especially the crows, recruited into something they had no business in. If opportunity presents itself, child, ending this cycle will be what is right for the universe. My lifetime was too short to come to that ultimate conclusion, but I remain hopeful that others will reach it on their own.
Hope. An unreliable reliance. But I guess a spirit's gotta have something. Back to how we got here. That was another room, also only crossable with the hook, where we already light the third flame and speak with Lord Deadbolt.
My life was not easy. The balance of the universe was my duty and mine alone. The lords who created me had grand delusions about fate and purpose. But fate did not bind me to death's door. Duty did. No other could take on the task of controlling life and death, so I bore the burden. I bore it for as long as I could, even extending my life beyond the bounds set by pitiful anachronism. That is death. When my time finally drew to a close, my successor paid no heed to my teachings. I fear this reign may have destroyed the balance I tried so hard to maintain. What a bitter disappointment they have been. Greatness is seldom free, Crow. True greatness may even cost you your soul.
Damn. Well, dropping down, we can squeeze behind these caskets to enter this new room containing some kind of signed contract. How exciting. A death contract written in an ancient text we cannot read. Exciting for sure. Traversing back to the door, we go into our first left doorway. Cross the crumbling bridge to build ourselves a staircase over here. To be able to go outside over here and do some more of that same old puzzling. Once we successfully do that, we unlock the gate to now light our very last flame. Having the middle circle drop down and bring us an elevator. Before going there, we speak with the last lord in the castle, Lord Open Gate.
Greetings, you Reaper. Your presence here is quite a conundrum. It would indicate that the course of events, which started with the formation of Death's Door, has led the universe to the brink of great peril. However, it is also indicative of those actions correcting themselves. Life is merely the universe experiencing itself. And as the universe seeks balance in all things, we, as part of it, are all acting to maintain that balance. Stay true to your path, young Reaper. I can sense your victory in your future.
Thank you, Lord Open Gate. We shall not disappoint. We make it back to the main hall, but have yet to go into the elevator, as first we go for a full left with a bit of climbing to return to our first lord, Lord Lockstone. Here we got some more grappling hooking to do for this life seat, and then head back a bit to grapple inside this lock, where around here is a lever opening up a gate for us. Behind that gate is the final magic shrine, offering us a magic crystal, now having 7 magic slots. It is just beautiful. We leave and head back to the main hall, stepping inside the cage and shit. My bad, you guys, I am not an autopilot here. That was a close call. We first need to talk with Barb the Bard.
Hey, you got that old elevator working. Perfect timing too, as I just finished the next chapter of my song. You'll be wanting to hear it, I imagine.
Yeah, sure, go right ahead.
I'll tell you a tale as old as time. A classic repeating pair of Jim. A maiden trapped at the peak of our climb. Her fisherman love driven out of his mind. The hero will right the wrongs of this crime.
Alright, yeah, that was pretty good. But that's all you got then. Okay then. Elevator time! Up here we find a quick sorrel, plant our seat, and we will now be heading to their camp. So that's interesting. We did quite a handful of grappling and climbing to traverse the area, also finding us a live seat by these grates. Climbing up even higher and crossing the wooden bridge, I really sense like we are about to unfold the ending of this game. Or well, at least its untrue ending. We smack down the next door, maybe even the final one. We enter it to prepare our Reaper with some upgrades. For what could be up ahead. We buy dexterity, raising the charge of our melee and ranged attacks faster. Increasing the speed at which melee attacks can be chained together. Twice! Getting us the big spender achievement for having bought a total of 12 upgrades. I snatch an extra haste and head back to the camp of the Free Crows. Where directly towards our right we meet Vaga. Wait, we saw you before. Welcome to the camp of the Free Crows, old friend. We knew you'd make it here eventually, even if you needed a bit of guidance along the way. We are a group of free-thinking individuals who reject the ideas of the Lord adores. We do not want unnatural immortality, and if it must come at the cost of our lives. What is the point in living forever, if it is all to be as a slave? Well, you're making an infinite amount of good points here, Vaga. I think life wouldn't be comprehensible anymore if you would even live forever. There's seriously nothing great about living forever. No. We choose to live free and die free. Right on, Vaga. So go. Climb ever higher. Defeat the beast at the top of the mountain and claim its soul. Oh, but make sure you're well prepared before you head onwards. And remember, you're always welcome here anytime you like. Well, thank you, Vaga. Means a lot, truly. Just as much as this live seat behind the counter. Oh, and this key. We unlock this gate with it and enter our new outside area, grappling our way forth, walking on very slippery ice, where we had some pretty difficult timing puzzles. At least the ice made it that way. But once we made it through, I had to shoot this block and had to make it over to the other side ASAP. Pass the block and pray at the last shrine. To obtain the Zen achievement for having found every single shrine in the game. And of course, increasing our max HP, now having 6. With that, we grapple back to the right to make it to Barb the Bard.
Phew, it is quite a steep climb up here. My pipes are wheezing.
You must be pleased as a punch though, huh?
I mean, a secret crow society up here on the mountains, who knew? And they have so many great stories about their lives up here, especially about the beast atop the mountain. Yeah, I'm getting so much inspiration on our adventure. I think my next song might be the greatest I've ever written. And I've written more than 5.
Well, that's great, Barb. Before we head into the cage, we first break this lock for a shiny medallion. We are now a real winner. Alright, up we go. Entering the old watchtower, border of the forbidden region, we climb up and find yet another door. Come on, we must be getting close. Grappling onwards, we find another live seed in these boxes, and then over here, get rid of all the enemies. We could plant a seed up here. Blow up another crow cosplayer and traversing the main path further, yet another live seed. Heading back and dropping down here, watching out for the targeting laser, and the many enemies we gotta take down and blow up for this ladder to be revealed. To go up here, take down the 2 boomerang bastards to unlock this gate, to speak with Barb the Bard again. Dang, the weather sure is rough up here. The wind's just howling through my pipes. Still, bad weather never deterred me before. Especially with the beast so close now. I wonder what it looks like. Based on what the crow said, it sounds like a proper monster. Oh, hairy and wild. I can't wait to see you fight it. Aw, well, I'm flattered, Barb. And I'm very happy with this spot to get my health back up. With the elevator, we go on some more crumbling paths. I need to grapple to safety. Although I had to head back as I missed a seat over there. Which, well, was impossible, so I had to kill myself. Get all the way back there, and at the top of the platform, grab the seat, and then continue from where we left off. Fighting another cosplayer. After fighting 3 of them, plus a couple of mages, the gate opened, and I planted our next seat. From there, I had even more and more combat to deal with, even after going up with the elevator. With unlocking both these gates, we make no use of it as it's just a shortcut. And because over on this side is yet another pot, then we actually do make use of it and make a right. To go up with a lift, once again dodge a handful of annoying enemies while sliding over ice to, surprise surprise, take another lift up. To grapple some more, dodge the humongous laser, and by the end of it all, come to a little area with a lever, where behind it is the final life seed we will pick up. Not rewarding us with any achievements, but that's okay. That is okay. The lever brought us back to where we just were, but now with an extra gate opened up. We entered one big slippery ice arena that consisted of 6 waves packed with enemies, where I must say, the ice can make dodging much easier. Especially if dodging the Wolverine bastards. We climb up the newly given ladder, plant a seed and consume it. Inside this dark, quiet cave, we got Barb again.
This is it. That's the beast. Oh boy, my heart is pounding. Are you gonna fight it?
I'm gonna stay, well, out of the way and take notes for my song. Good luck. You do that. Let me get this checkpoint real quick. And here we indeed meet the monster, Betty. Wow, that is one original name for a Yeti. I only have one complaint with this boss so far. Why is it so f***ing spastic? Not only does it jump, punch, and roll every 2 milliseconds, it also rolls, jumps, and punches every 2 milliseconds. There's no time to react here, and honestly no chance at striking without putting yourself in major risk. Now once he gets pissed, he throws a snowball. And I say a snowball as I didn't even get the chance to see him throw another, as he started acting like a crack addict. I really dislike the amount of patience I gotta have to land a hit on this fella. Now, if you thought this fight could get any more ridiculous, you would be right. Not only is his rolling ability the biggest obstacle, because his jumping is genuinely dodgeable. In his third phase, he starts aggressively punching the ground like Donkey Kong in Smash Brothers. And then snowballs start raining from the sky while he continues doing what he did before. But I must say, I still had beaten him on my third try. I guess that is because I've mastered this game at this point. Sorry, Betty. We now got all 3 major souls. Although first, the passing of Betty presented by Stedhone.
We gather here today to mourn the passing of Betty. To some she was revered as a god, to others feared as a wild, untamable beast, and to small few, love as a radiant beauty. After many lives atop the mountain, supplying locals with fur and untimely deaths, she can now rest. Bow your head in remembrance. Pay your last respects.
I think I'm good. What do you got to say about all this, Barb?
What an incredible adventure this has been. Full of twists and turns. So Betty and the Beast were one and the same. Amazing! That means the drunken guy at the stranded sailor. Was he in love with the Beast?
Yeah, wait, now you say it. He did mention his sweet, sweet Betty he had lost. I mean, there's gotta be like tens of thousands of Bettys on this planet, but the odds are there. Nice sketch, Barb.
Whoa!
Whoa, indeed.
I kind of feel bad for them both now. Dead or heartbroken. Which you think is worse? I think they're both kind of tragic. Still, it's great material for a song, huh? I'm gonna start writing straight away. Once it's ready, come to the Stranded Sailor sometime, and I'll play it for you.
Oh, I'm coming to the Stranded Sailor this second. This memento, old Barbo. And indeed, there she is.
Hey there, matey. Thanks again for the adventure. I've never seen anything like it before. And I got enough material to make what I think could be my magnus opus. Wanna hear it?
Well, have at it, Betty.
The drunk crow did love a lass named Betty, but it turned out she was a big hairy yeti. The hero and the beast battled till they both got all sweaty. But Betty the yeti got sliced into spaghetti, and now we'll never see that wedding confetti.
This beautiful masterpiece gives us the banging tune achievement for having listened to Barb's very own magnum opus. With that, we head back to the Lost Cemetery and traverse back to the very special and important place, Death's Door. The Grey Crow seems to have been waiting here for quite some time.
You did it. You're a much stronger Reaper than I. I could have never have taken down those giant souls alone. It is time. At long last, let us force this door open, fledgling, and finish our assignments. And now, to the other side. This is it. This is the place beyond, where no life is to be seen.
Hello?
Are you Death? I thought the tales of the original Reaper were just mad ramblings of the Free Crow.
Yeah, well, I guess that's me. So, if you didn't know I was real, that means you're not here to rescue me, huh?
No. I'm sorry, no. We're here for another purpose. In fact, you might be able to help us.
Wow. Rude. But alright. I mean, what's a few more minutes after several centuries? So, why are you here? Actually, how did he even get here?
We seek the souls that have passed through death's your door. We are service-bound Reapers. We require souls to finish our tasks and restore our statue with the commission. Otherwise, we will die.
Ah. That's awkward. If you're looking for a soul here, then you're out of luck. Any non-corporeal souls that pass through the door are absorbed into the ether. Soul energy has to be recycled to create new life. That's why my job was so important. Not that the living didn't hate me for it. You see, as I used to go around reaping souls myself and then pick them up and take them beyond the veil, it was so depressing. Not for the souls, they don't care, but for the living ones they left behind. I wish I could let them know that dying isn't scary. It's just a cycle of life. Thing is, over the vastness of time, I got very tired of that cycle. But then one day, a strange being came to me with a proposition. This being could create portals, doors to any place or world. They offered to outsource the collection of souls to an automated system using one of their doors. While it was open, it would draw in the souls of the dead. A lighthouse on the shores of the ether, if you will. In return for this, they asked for their lives to be extended. Well, actually, they asked for immortality, but that's impossible. If souls stick around too long past their expiry dates, then with nothing left to tie them to mortality, they decay into demonic forms. All life must end. Well, eventually. So while I kicked back, several generations of these self-proclaimed Lords of Doors came and went enjoying their unnaturally long lives. Each one agreeing in the end to submit to the limitations of life and go willingly into the ether. Until one didn't. Which brings us to your current Lord of Doors. Towards the end of what should have been their lifespan, your lords betrayed our long-standing agreement. They said there had been some kind of incident. That the door had malfunctioned and needed to be remade anew. For the door to be reconstructed, it would require the touch of death to link the door to the ether. But after this new door was created and opened, the lords kicked me inside and sealed it shut. No way for me to escape. No way for stray souls to pass on to the ether. No death among the living. I've been here. Alone. Ever since.
But my assigned soul, it must be here. It has to be here. I tracked it to this door. It must have been entered here somewhere, somehow. Are you sure you haven't seen it?
Sorry, guy. If a soul came in here without a body, it disappears into the ether. Sooner or later, everything that begins has to end.
So there's no hope.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, Bill. But just like Dev said, all great things must come to an end, you know?
It must be here somewhere.
Yeah, how about we go and not lose the plot here, eh?
No. I wasted so many years searching for that soul. Decades, centuries, I refuse to die.
Uh-oh. I sense you're a little bit past your best before date. Oh, what? Death, you son of a... Really? I gotta fight you now. Oh crap, I thought the boss fights were over, and what makes it worse is that this guy knows everything. How to send targeting projectiles, grapple around, jump around, hasn't started rolling yet, but I'm sure he will. Now the fight is bonkers, alright, not only because of the reason that he just betrayed us, I mean everything we did for his soul, his assignment, and although he did mislead us into thinking our soul was past this gate, he betrayed us. I'm not so sure, honestly, though. Maybe he is just dying and has been taken over or possessed or something. There isn't really a clear explanation to what the hell just happened. It just happened way too fast. I got him into 2 new phases, though. One where he sits down and shoots a bomb plus releases 2 new targeting beaks. And one where he places down a gravity suction thingy. That thingy really sucks. And indeed sucks as it kills us. But I shall not lie. The boss fight was actually incredibly easy. His moves are predictable, his hooks are easy to dodge, and he eventually spits out these crows that you can just spam attack for a magic refill. All you have to do is just be patient with your bombs. Because if you are patient with the bombs, you can pretty much just take him down without ever really punching him. Because you can just punch these incoming bigs, having beaten him while only taking damage once. And as he lies there, we see death. I can't tell you how long it's been since I felt a fresh breeze on my face. Or saw, well, anything. You never really appreciate something until it's gone, do you? I saw a lot of that at my job. But until your Lord of Doors locked me up, I never thought I'd apply to me. Oh, thank God. I thought for a second we were still locked inside Death's door and Death was making its escape. Whew. He was just talking to us. I'm sorry about your big feathered friends back there. It is always hard for the living to let go of the dead. Even more of a rough one having to reap him yourself. I can sort of understand that feeling. If it wasn't your intention, you've done me a huge favor here, Crow. But this isn't quite over yet. Because while the door has been destroyed, my power is unfortunately still trapped in its remains. Forging the door required a piece of my own soul, and I need it back before I can do my job again. That means if you want to end this cycle, someone else has to take down the Lord of Doors. Have you guessed who yet? Yeah, I've had my fair share of guesses. Was personally thinking of Jack Nicholson or Leonardo DiCaprio. They were pretty cool in that long-ass movie The Departed. And they even had the guy from Ted in that one. He could beat it. I won't be making any more deals again, that's for sure. Huh. So you already tried them. That's fair, Hollywood can be a Head back to your office and reap your boss's soul, Crow. Oh, and remember, death is on your side. I shall not forget, Mr. Death. I return to the title screen, and we see we have now played 89.1% of the game. Just 10.9% remains. Which most of it is getting the true ending. Back at the Hall of Doors, we see Vaga giving a speech, the man who never followed orders. My fellow crows, we have arrived at a moment foretold long ago. Today, Death's door has been opened, and Death himself have been freed once more into the world. But fear not, for this is not the end of days, but the beginning of a bright new future. The forces of life and death have been unnaturally thrown into the chaos for the thousands of years. And we, crows, played a hand in that. We must right our wrongs. We must accept our fates. We must reject those who will lead us into the future with no hope. It is time for the Lord of Doors' reign to end, and for us to return to our natural life cycle. Even as our world teeters on the edge of oblivion, souls like these forest spirits still manage to emerge through the cracks. Soon a new age will begin, and the worlds will teem with new life. For that to happen, the final hours of this foretold day must play out as ordained. The crow that freed death will have to end the Lord of Doors' reign. God damn it! I thought we could have Jack Nicholson do this. Must I really fight another boss? I guess we must. We enter and oppose the Lord of Doors. I've been watching you, you crow. I never really thought it would come to this, yet here we are. Each of my kind are created by the Lords, preceding them and trained to take over their duties before they pass on. On the day we are created, we are told the day on which we will die. My predecessor, my creator, was a cold-hearted tyrant, obsessed with rules and order, how things had to be. The old fool never even gave me a name. Can you believe that? How would your life play out if you knew the exact day you were going to die? If every moment of your existence resolved around its ending? If I had to do everything in my power to save myself, I know my actions are not entirely moral. Perhaps not even justifiable. But I cannot just let myself die. I refuse to go without a fight. So, you crow, are you ready to fight for your life as I am for mine? No introduction needed for this old bastard. He jumps around and punches like any other boss. When hit enough, he sends bull doors towards us, and then escapes, having us chase after him through the door. Here we run through a section of Hall of Doors. They need to dodge even more bull doors while chasing after him and trying to dodge with our grappling hook going from side to side. He goes into the next door and we chase after him, entering the famous estate of the witch, having him summon urns for himself and having us die. Luckily, the bull section is a checkpoint. That is the most generous the game has been thus far. The Lord of Doors is also such an aggressive fool. so hitting him is barely an option. Although I must say, you do not need to hit him often for him to go on to the next door. Which brings us back through a section of the Hall of Doors, with more bulls and more grapple dodges. Once we make it to the next door, we oppose them in the forest section, where we now have to dodge his more floaty attacks, with fiery walls coming out of the ground when he lands. Somehow, I still pull through this battle left on my last remaining HP. Like holy snap, those are many doored up bulls. Sadly enough, too many, and no checkpoint. I thought that after every big fight in a new area, that would be a checkpoint. No, the very beginning was there for the fun of it. But after entering the first door, you gotta put up with all his waves from start to finish, with so far no ends in sight. Although this round things were better. I got to his third arena involving the Betty moves, having him rolling like a ball. But to my surprise, he was significantly worse at it, and only did it once and then stood staggered for a bit, allowing me to actually land in hits and ending this area really quickly. It isn't over yet though. We still got a Hall of Doors to go through with no lesser bulls, and many more required timely bounce grapples. But we made it to the next door, where the music faded away. It seems the protest against the Lord of Doors has been working, maybe a little too well. Why are we here, Crow? Why do I exist? To follow in the footsteps of the lords before me? To repeat the same things over and over? To what end? What is the point? If we all have to die eventually. I suppose I'll never know. Because I'll never die! The last goddamn lord consists of everything, every single last thing you can name. With our full HP recovered, we fight the Witch's Urns, we fight the Rolling Betty, we fight the big wall of fire making the Jumping Frog King. Include the big laser incoming bulls and overall his insane HP. And it is now all the HP he had combined throughout all the fights we've gone through. And as you can see, I got him pretty cracked up. Maybe 3 or 4 more bombs and he would have been dead meat, but I was headed to that kill count first. I almost first tried this bastard, but that truly proves practice makes perfect. So now I know what to expect. I hope he can expect to die this time. Nope, the cockiness of me got the better of myself, so I'm better off bettering myself better before I start bettering myself. But the third time was very much also not the charm. Main issue with this fight is that he's truly unpredictable. He can pull off any move he wants, sometimes even twice in a row. But that was all about to end. In his final bits, he becomes a bit more aggressive, and when he fires the big lasers, he adds 2 extra door bulls. But that's honestly it. We hit him with one final bomb, and that is the Academy of Umbrella's achievement for now having beaten the entire game with the umbrella. Please forgive me.
Today we mourn the passing of a being who shaped the fabric of our worlds, the end of a lineage, the last Lord of Doors. To some, they were a mysterious leader. To others, a dark cloud looming over their worlds, driven by a desire to be greater than their creator. They will be remembered for their part in the advancement of door technology, their ability to maintain order in a dying world, and their unwavering determination to evade death, no matter the cost. Their pursuits may have been unwise, but the will to live is deeply ingrained. Who is to say what any of us would have done, given the same choices as the Lord? Bow your head in remembrance, pay your last respects. Their time in this world is over.
Oh, and look at our little fisherman Reaper chilling with the buddies he made along the way. And oh, the forest folk are happy. And no way! The Reaper eating some soup with Potat. Bloody hell, there's no better credit scene than what could have been thought of. Props to them devs. I sit, listen, and watch the credits hoping for a cheeky post-credit sequence. And, well, we see Stedone dragging the Lord of Door's body, but besides that, getting the Crow Gamer achievement for having beaten the full game as a whole. That is truly it. It is over. Or, well, again, the main ending. There is still the secret ending awaiting us. The home of the crows has become Vaga's camp, with even Darbin the Vault Keeper here still allowing us to trade in our souls to enhance combat abilities. So sure, give me another haste of magic, pal. Much appreciated. We still got 7 achievements to unlock, so let's get to it. Now luckily we can still access the Hall of Doors, where in the middle of the original office area we can pick up the Rusty Bell Tower key. The Lord of Doors must have dropped it. Now we can go to the post-game content over at the Lost Cemetery, making our feathery bum all the way up. We can now finally open this gate with said rusty key. Climb up the bell tower to smack it, making everything dark and grimy. We will now solve this ghost puzzle to unlock the secret ending. This ghost follow us, and here are these keyholes we gotta lure them into. So you gotta find a ghost, stick close to it as you need it to follow you around. And if you run too quick, just like the forest spirits, they will fly away and be uninterested. Doing so, you can lure them into the next keyhole once found, which can also take an age or two. This needs to be done 7 times. So 5 more from this point on. And oh, that's only for the cemetery, by the way. There's more after this. So when I finished all that, the big gate finally opened up. Let's uncover the mysteries behind it. It is the first ancient tablet, this one of knowledge. We will need all 7 tablets to be able to achieve the secret ending. We feel its eye gazing into our soul. Alright, well, it's with that now time to go to the estate of the Urn Witch. To go fully straight ahead, and then now, enter that grave again to get to the secret sites where we can, yes, finally, fill up those 2 pots we didn't before. This popped the Reap What You Sow achievement for having found and planted every single life seed. It appears that also opens up this major door, giving us yet another tablet, another one of knowledge, probably all will. But hey, this one is green. Now we head back and go toward the right side past the arena, and find an owl on the bridge. As my dumb eye just realized that that bell also made this place completely dark. I know survival instincts of a goldfish. The owl spawns in a shard of an ancient tablet. So it seems we got some more owls to hunt down. So we go to the overgrown ruins. From there, we go all the way back to the gates, but now at night there's a chest with yet another Avarish. And oh boy, did it feel like a real final battle. Having the big knight appear once again, the big spiders with a golden little knight, and well, I died there, so I didn't know what was still coming up. But when I beat it all, right after came the ultimate mage extravaganza. And honestly, it was surprisingly doable. So when we beat it, a huge eye pops out of the chest, glitches and switches, and grants us our next tablet of knowledge. 3 more to go. Now I followed pretty much the entire main story path in the overgrown ruins, to slowly hear the sounds of the owl becoming louder and louder. Finding him and getting the next shard, with that we now went to the stranded sailor, to go into his old bar again and to wait. No! The octopus took control over the sailor the whole time? Oh, you deceived us. I thought I was an accessory.
Is that you? Hold. You forgot me when we don't like the trousers down, so to speak. Yes, that's right. I am not as humanoid as I've let everyone to believe.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Please don't tell the others. Perhaps give me your secret. Though I hope you're better at keeping secrets than I am. Tell you what, keep this between us and I can show you the biggest secret of all. Let's go.
We get the A Stroll with Jefferson achievement, and we'll now bring him east to the domain of the late Frog King that is no more. But hey, I know where that is. Been there 1,000,000 times, so you better got an actual secret there, and not just some mumbo jumbo we're already aware of. It is one hell of a stroll. So long we've even had to call in the climbing gondola. But he wasn't lying, alright. When we return to the location, we first had to deal with the sonars. My man tells us about the newly placed blocks only traversable at night. So we traverse them, grapple a couple, and now a new bridge for over here. And my guy has actually put us on a path toward the reflection of the moon where we can pray.
I will call upon the spirits to show us their secrets. Spirit of depths, please show us your treasures.
Landwalk, take with you this gift from the depths, and may the tendrils of truth guide you in your journey.
Yeah, it was Jeff. And you brought us right to another tablet. So yeah, your secret is safe. Don't you worry about it. Although he's back in the ocean, so I think he's gonna leave that body to rot. We got another big quest to do over at the old watchtowers. We gotta light all these 6 braziers. They aren't hidden well, per se. They just take quite the time to traverse to. Apart from this last one, it sucked to light up. Anyway, the doors opened, and inside, yeah, you guessed it. Now, I had been hearing an owl hoo-hooing the entire time for one hell of a while. Now, this 360-degree rotating hex was all the way at the tippy-choppy of the mountain. This very simply meant that we had to traverse this entire level again. Now, luckily with 0 to none enemies, but still, I had to do the walk of life. I walked 500 miles, and then another 500 more. However, the owl grants us the final piece for the slab, fusing it into one and getting the Caw Hoots achievement for having found and interacted with all 3 owls. And if you drop down here and hop back into the big arena, climb up here, take this route up the big stairs, and Nightly Moon door opens up. And inside we can obtain the shiny achievement for having found all shiny things. A mysterious locket is that final thing. Some kind of soul energy swirls within it. From here we must now go back into the Lost Cemetery. Yes, that is about the 20th time we head there for a specific thing. However, inside this one locked cemetery, we meet Stedhone.
Hello again, Reaper. For some reason I have stirred myself from my usual resting place tonight. I could feel something calling out to me. Oh, you found my old locket.
Oh, the weird shiny thing we just found? Yeah. You want it back, bud?
I haven't seen that since the day I buried my only friend.
Oh, snap, dude. Well, I am truly sorry.
The day the ground shook and the sky turns black, I feel so strange.
Oh, mate, don't cry. It'll be okay. Let's just... No, Stato, no! God damn it, dude! Really? I don't want to take you down. You've been here to remember all lost souls for their better sites. What in God's name is this? There was no moment I ever wanted to do this. I'd rather stick to the fake ending. Why, dude? Why? You're leaving me no choice, but just why? This isn't you, man. This isn't you. Some sort of curse we must be fighting. You'll return to normal, I'm sure of it. Not only was this battle hard physically, but it truly hurt emotionally. Although at the end of the day, we did beat him. Stedhone was sadly defeated.
Thank you, Reaper. My time in this realm is over.
No! You got more to say about yourself, not just thank me. I gotta thank... I guess his death was canon for the true ending. I'm sorry, Stedhone. I shall bow my head in your remembrance. Rest in peace. With the final tablet acquired, we witness our save file at 99%. A sight that is beautiful yet sad. I will actually miss this game. It is time to uncover the truth. The true ending. To the camp of the Free Crows we go. At the camp in the back, all slabs light up and we interact with the door. Inside. atop a great tower many centuries ago, a door existed before the one you have known. The first door was opened by a human seeking the power of gods. Their actions would come at the cost of their soul. The human fused with being known as truth. They gained the knowledge of all things across all time. They escaped and returned to the living world, but their soul was lost to the ether. The first door was shattered and broken with its destruction. The great tower collapsed into the mountains. Truth emerged into the living world, tethered to ruins that once housed the door. An opportunity was seized by the Lord of Doors, who retrieved the essence of the first door. They would have reconstructed the door in a new location and trapped death beyond it. This would result in the world stagnating for many centuries. A Reaper was assigned the soul of the mortal who opened the first door. An impossible task, as this soul was already lost to the ether. Without this knowledge, the Reaper would be lost, searching for many centuries. Truth would whisper to the Free Crows, offering them knowledge and guiding them towards breaking the world free of its stagnation. It would convince them to tamper with the operations at the Commission, to assign a giant soul to the Foretold Crow. This would set the Foretold Crow off onto their journey. The Foretold Crow would gather the 7 tablets of truth. They would enter and behold the side of the first door, and carry the power of truth out of its prison. With the true end achievement achieved for getting the true ending and a 100% save file, we get the Lord of Chores achievement for achieving 100% completion? Yes, it appears we are missing an achievement. We have 100% completion on our save file, but we still must put Grandma's pot on fire. This is really anticlimactic. Holy shit. You know what this means? I don't even want to say it. But I gotta replay through a whole new save file until I get to that stupid grandma boss fight again. That'll easily take longer than an hour. This is ridiculous. This genuinely ruined my mood. I thought secret ending buzzing, one hell of an ending, bloody chills down my spine. I mean, wow. This was one amazing story, but no. Let's ruin the entire moment with a handy-dandy missable achievement unobtainable in any sort of new game plus. Just replay almost 50% of the game, you stupid loser. Yes, I could use my sword now, and it is significantly better, by the way. Oh, what a weapon. But it doesn't heal any wounds. I was pissed, and I think rightfully so. Like, I mean, my brother, release all them souls again. It's just not something I anticipated on doing again, although I must say I was progressing faster than expected as the sword is twice as good as the umbrella, having me pretty much cut through the enemies like paper. So I made it to the witch's boss fight in about 1.5 hours. Which, not gonna lie, much faster than I expected. All I have to do is when she starts firing with her pot and shit, I have to throw in a quick fireball exactly in sight and voila, the hot pot achievement. Now that does only mean one thing. 100% of Death's Door officially means your boy can step outside of his front door, breathe in the air of the outside world, and contemplate his life choices. And then realize I now have to speak in a script of over 145,000 characters, but hey, I am saying these words right now, so that means I'm done. That means I'm done with recording! Although I still got the editing process.